welcome everybody. How's it going? We are back here as promised, as we are going to be providing I was about to say live severe winter weather coverage here, and you can see the radar is very active here. I'm going to get the camera set up here, and just give me one moment here as I get this other camera here. It's being a little wonky, of course, the day of the severe weather. So just give me 1 second here. Let me just find the camera. All right, there's that camera down there. So how's it going, everybody? Glad to see you guys here. And like I said, today's the day. Everything is going just as we planned yesterday. The morning thunderstorms did not go as planned. Not everybody is getting rain early this morning is what I was trying to say. But you can see here, let's go to the full screen so you guys can take a look a little bit better. Let's switch to the full screen. All right, here. So we do have this line of thunderstorms. This is the line that we were talking about here. And currently nothing is severe at the moment, but I am watching this area near the Jefferson City, DeLand, Missouri, headed towards the Owensville and Herman area. That is where my greatest concern is. And also right up here near the Montgomery City, this line right here, this is what's going to start the QLCS, the brief tornado spin-up. So unfortunately, everybody, we want to hop online because the brief tornado threat is starting to show up on the radar here. So you can see, let's get the drawing tool out here. This line of storms right here, see how it's getting into a line? That is unfortunately not what we want to see, because anytime in the line we could see some quick spin up tornadoes. So we're going to have to be on guard starting right now, because it's just getting ready to enter our coverage area here. So that is going to be something that we're going to have to be watching here. And audio is doing okay. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate that. We do have all of our staff in place today. We have Josh behind the scenes, severe weather analyst here, and we also have my girlfriend, director of operations, running the graphics and making sure audio levels are okay and posting warnings. So we have all of our staff available this afternoon and evening, and we're going to make sure we take care of you, and we're going to make sure we don't miss anything, as it may be crucial during that time. So let's take a look what we got here on the map here, and the biggest thing that you see popped up is the tornado watch here. And the tornado watch goes for about 3.1 million people, and it looks like there is a concert, the Dollyrots, that is happening today at 8 o'clock. Might be able to get there, might not, but you can see 3.1 million people. So we need to make sure we share this, because there's 1.4 million people in the path of these storms that could cause a brief spin-up tornado and gusty winds here. So let's make sure we're sharing out the live stream to everybody that you know, because we are here for you. We are not going to interrupt our day. This is what we need to do here, and we need to be here for you guys. So let's take a look here. Probability of 2 or more tornadoes is 50%. So 50% chance that we could see 2 or more tornadoes, and that also means the quick spin up tornado. So that's what that means as well. And look at this, everybody. Not a lot of people are going to tell you this because it just won't get the views. Probability of 1 or more strong EF2 to EF5 tornadoes is on the low side. So 20% chance of seeing a strong EF2 tornado, which is basically what we talked about yesterday. Let's keep going here. Probability of 10 or more severe wind events. So that means anything over 60 miles per hour. Basically like a severe thunderstorm watch is what that, not severe thunderstorm watch, severe thunderstorm warnings. 60% chance that we're going to see those. So that means more than likely there's going to be a damaging wind threat, just like we mentioned. And then probability of 1 or more wind events that are 75 miles per hour plus is going to be 30%. So low end of seeing some high damaging winds, low end of seeing tornadoes, and a lot of questions about the hail. We answered this yesterday, but I'll go over it again. Probability of 10 or more severe hail events, basically seeing hail up to 1 inch, is going to be low. It does put moderate, but it says 30% chance of seeing some hail. And then probability of 1 or more hailstones that are greater than 2 inches, like the Cardinals coming to town, is 10%. So basically the probability, if you take all that together, probability of 10 or more severe hail events, hail wind events, there's a 70% chance that most of this will either be damaging winds or brief isolated hail. So not really looking too much at the tornado threat, but like I said, when we do get a severe thunderstorm warning, we need to make sure we act like it's a tornado warning, because they're hard to forecast quick spin up tornadoes. Okay, by the time they write the warning out and everything, the tornado could already be gone. So they might issue severe thunderstorm warnings in advance with the tornado possible tag to cover that aspect. So like I said, we do have a couple cameras. We're going to be rotating the cameras around at the bottom of your screen here at the main radar page here. The watches and any warnings are going to be scrolling at the bottom of the screen, so you can always stay up to date, and we will be posting them on our Facebook page as well. So if you have to go and you can't watch the live stream, we're going to be posting the warnings, so you'll have a way to receive alerts throughout the afternoon as well if you can't stay the whole time of the live stream. But we're going to be here as long as we're needed during this severe weather event. So if we're here all the way till midnight, we're here till midnight. But one thing I do want to let you guys know here as we're fixing the camera here. All right, there's that. Give me 1 second as we fix the bottom camera from Oakfield WX. There we go. One thing I want to let you guys know is the timing of this cold front has slowed down just a little bit, and the only thing bad about that is it lets more moisture come in from the south. It makes it a little bit more muggy. Basically, moisture is just flying up the roof here into it, and then you have the storm coming in and mixing it right there. So that's all it does when it moves a little bit slower. It just creates a heightened severe weather chance, tornado chance. I really think it's more of a severe weather than tornado. We just have to watch for the quick spin up tornadoes, but the wind is going to be the more common factor. And I also want to let you guys know that it's going to be, the tornado watch is going to be in effect until 8 p.m. So 8 p.m. the tornado watch. Now, do I think it's going to go all the way till 8 p.m.? No, but there is a possibility that it could always keep slowing down. It could always ramp up. So that is what we're watching. But you can see, if you're just tuning in, this is the line of storms that we're watching here. And if you take a look a little bit closer, you can really see the line start to come together, and that's when we really think it's going to get to Warrenton over the next little bit here. You can see if I put it in motion, you can see the line is really starting to come together, and that's when we have to watch our tornado threat starting to ramp up. Now, I don't see anything that's really significant at the moment, but we can see some light spin in the atmosphere right now with these small little cells, and that's what we're going to have to pay attention to. If there's any notches that come out of this line, is where we have to watch out for the quick spin up tornadoes. We're not really going to see anything huge like we're seeing going through Lynn with the big hail core. That's really not what we're going to be seeing. We're mostly going to see a strong line like this, and it's going to advance east all the way through our area. So everybody's going to have a chance of seeing some severe weather, potential severe weather, and a tornado threat as well. So that is what we're looking at right now. And like I said, there's no warnings, but I am watching, want to pop up on here just a little bit earlier, because I am watching the storm around the Lynn, Missouri area. That does look like it's going to try to do something. And then also we have to look at this line. So like I said, we're going to be monitoring this line pretty heavily, because we're going to have to pay hyper focus, basically pay really close attention and look for some outbound and inbound winds. And basically what that means is green is moving away. No, green is going towards the radar. Green is like, come on in. And then the red is going away. And right where we have them on top of each other is where we could have potential rotation. Now, you can see a little bit of something happening in the Gasconade area, but it does not correlate with the radar, so nothing to worry about there. So, but that is kind of what we're looking at. As you can see, if I turn the velocities back on, this is kind of what we're going to be looking for. So if you see this anywhere, let me know in the chat, because this is where we're going to have to watch out for. So if we see colors like this where it's starting to mix together, it's only going to be a couple frames, because the radar takes a couple minutes to update. And that's really what's going to be the factor here, is why we really have to pay attention, because the radar usually updates like every 2 minutes on fast spin, And by that time, the storm, doesn't stop for 2 minutes. You know what I'm saying? It still keeps going. So the tornado might drop and the radar might miss it. So we're going to try to provide advance warning if we see anything. And like I said, if you get a severe thunderstorm warning, treat it as a tornado warning, just in case if we do get a quick spin up tornado. And okay, yes, like I mentioned as well, if I haven't already, once this line passes you, basically, this is a good point. I think I said this, but once this line gets past you right here, once you're behind it, you're done for the severe weather event. So like places in Columbia, like Jeff City, all the way down near Bolivar, places like those, Lake of the Ozarks, are all done of the severe weather threat. So once we see that go through our area, then we will be done for the severe weather event. But then we'll have to watch out for the snow event. And I'm going to show you that just a moment. Let me make sure I get all this scribble off. Not quite sure what it's doing there. But let's take a look here real quickly. How's everybody doing today? Glad to see you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. And like I said, we're going to be here as long as we're needed, and we're going to make sure we keep you well aware of what's happening so you don't have to panic. You can just watch the live stream, sit back and relax, and we'll make sure we get it taken care of for you. And then let's make sure we share the live stream as well, because on the traffic cameras, looks like a lot of people are driving around, so we want to make sure they're aware of what's going on with the weather. So make sure you let them know, share the live stream, just say, hey, Kenny's live. He's going to keep you prepared just in case. So I'm going to pull up the snowfall amount, because isn't that crazy, everybody? Isn't that crazy to talk about the snowfall amount? I think so. Okay, so here is the snowfall amount, everybody. So we are still going from a trace to an inch. You guys can't really see it, but a trace to 1 inch. I do have the radar pulled up on the left screen here if you haven't seen the behind the scenes post from earlier. But you see maybe about a dusting to an inch, but once you get down to like Farmington, Chester, Nashville, Marion, places like those are really not going to see it. And if you want some decent snowfall without going up to Wisconsin, we really think it's going to be in the Quincy and the Pittsfield area. Places like those in like Palmyra, all the way up there is where we're going to most likely see it. And then just in case we do get a little bit more than expected, we will start to look at around 2 to 3 inches on the high side. Now, do I really think is that going to be possible? No, I do not think that's going to be possible. We have a lot of dry air. We have a lot of stuff, basically, the easiest way to say, a lot of factors that are going to be playing in this, because temperatures are already warm. It's almost like 70 degrees, and we're going to have a sharp cool down here. And then want to let you guys know as well, this is the best case scenario. If nothing happens, we get no snow. So that's basically what that is. And let me go over the timing of the snow as well, because you're probably curious, just like I am. I am curious about the snow timing. So let's take a look with the latest data that we have. Also as well, everybody, the weekly weather video, I did get that filmed. It's going to be coming out at 7 p.m. regardless if there's severe weather or not. Already scheduled already, unfortunately. Just wanted to make sure I got that out there. So you can see as we go after behind the storms, you can see we do have a decent amount of snow that's going to be coming on the backside. But as it gets to our area, you can see, well, now you guys can see. You can see as we get closer to the area with the strong winds on the backside, it's really going to dry up here. See how it just goes bye-bye? It just says, you know what, I changed my mind. So it's going to look scary off to our west on the radar, but we do think it's going to start drying up as it gets closer to our area. And like I said, the Potosi, Farmington, Perryville, St. Genevieve, Marion, Heron, Mount Vernon are most likely not going to see any snow. So fortunately, if you wanted to see snow, I really do not think it's really going to be likely here. So real quickly, I want to close my radar program here and reopen it. Alright, so we're going to reopen it here, and let's take a look here what we're working at. And you can see right near the Vienna hot dogs here, Vienna Beef Hot Dog City, right near Highway 63, Highway 28. Starting to see an uptick in activity here. Not seeing any rotation at the moment. Lynn is getting some thunderstorms, especially towards the south, just north of Freeburg and south of Lynn along Highway 50. Like I said, this is where we're really watching, and now my attention is starting to focus on the Gasconade area as we're seeing an uptick in activity as well. We're not seeing any rotation at the moment, so that is currently good. Yes, not seeing any rotation. Don't mind me flipping the velocities back and forth. Like I said, we're really going to have to be checking it often to see what we're working with, if there's any rotation or anything like that. But good news so far, we're not seeing any rotation, but that does not mean we are in the clear. So we have to make sure we're watching the storms, and you can see the live cameras at the bottom. Not sure what's happening in slot 3. Not quite sure what it's doing there. Okay, looks like we're going to be working on it. So just give us 1 second. That camera will come back up online in just a second there. So just give us one moment. Let's see if we can get the camera back online. Because, funny enough, everybody, MoDOT changed mostly all their cameras to the east. So they all face to the east. So that's unfortunate. But we can watch it on... Okay, we got one camera on there. Let's see if it loads. Okay, let's put this back up. Okay, so we're going to look at the Creve Coeur Airport camera, unfortunately. While we do have a slight camera outage, but that would be okay. But like I said, the main point of today is going to be damaging winds. We already see the winds out there already. It's very gusty, and we have to watch out for brief tornadoes. So that is what we're going to be really watching out for, because this is mainly the reason why we have the severe weather threat, and it's for the line of storms, possibly some tornadoes. So let's see, what time is it expected to snow Monday morning? Monday morning we do expect the snow to, not sure why the chat's not popping up here. Let me see. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that, everybody. Chat was not popping up. And let me take a look here. Let's take a look together. I don't think any snow will be impacting the morning commute, but we'll take a look to see just in case. We'll take a look at the newest data as well. So let's zoom in for you guys. So give me a second. Normally this is cut out in the weather videos, if you're curious. Alright, let's take a look here. Alrighty, so you can see the snow. This is around 9 p.m. So this is 9 p.m., 10 p.m., 11 p.m. Let's see if I can get that back up. Let's see. Might be able to. Let's take a look. Hold on, I'm going to get the time up here, so you can take a look at the time with me as well. So there's the time right there. We'll zoom out just a little bit. Alrighty, so there is the time at the top part of your screen, everybody. And you can see as we go into the overnight hours, here is 1 a.m. 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., and it's gone. So first strike, second strike, you're out. And by the time we get into the morning time, we could get some brief light snow on the backside, but I really don't think too much is going to happen with that. But it is possible, and it's just starting to pop up on the newer model runs. But I really think the bulk of the action, if we see anything, it's really going to be in the overnight hours, and it should be done by the time that we go to work. So not really expecting too much of winter weather. Winter weather is not the main concern. The severe weather is the main concern here. So we're going to make sure we're paying attention to the radar more than the snowfall, because there's really the snowfall is not really that significant to pay too much detail to. Don't want to miss the radar over looking at snowfall. We're on our way from Bonne Terre. Hopefully we make it home in time. Yeah, you guys should make it home in time. Everything should be okay. And you can see the line is actually going pretty slow here. But look at the radar here. You see all this stuff out in front of it? That is the moisture going into the storm here, but not sure if you can see it in the latest scans, but it is starting to ramp up just a little bit, starting to get more into a line. So this is probably the most crucial time where we need to start paying attention towards the live stream, because this is when we're going to have to start watching out for the brief spin up tornado threat. So in my opinion, this is probably the most crucial part that we should be watching out for. Just checking a couple things. Looks like National Weather Service is having fun issuing winter weather advisories. We will most likely not see a weather advisory, winter weather advisory. Really don't think it's going to happen. But like I said, this storm around the Lynn area does have a nice hail core. I do not see rotation with this at the moment or at any parts up the line here. So not really seeing anything too concerning at the moment. But it looks like there's some places that are slowly starting to get its act together where we could see some potential light rotation starting to form. Also checking the reports here, seeing if we see anything from the Storm Prediction Center. Not sure why they issued the watch so late. Yeah, not quite sure why that happened, but that is what we're talking about here, is why it got issued so late. But like I said, I do want to let you know, if you guys are, once you guys get past the line, once the line gets behind you, or in front of you, once you are behind the line, so like the first people to come up the bat is the Warrenton, New Haven, Gerald, Cuba, St. James, Rolla. Lynn is getting it already, and the Winsville area. Those are the places that are going to be watching out, and they're going to be the first to be over with the event. But if I take off the radar and put on the severe weather outlook, the slight risk has gotten shifted just a little bit here. Let's go to this one. Okay. See, the slight risk got shifted just a little bit back to the west, and I think that was a very good call because we did get a lot of severe thunderstorm warnings earlier. Not really seeing anything at the moment. Tornado risk has upgraded a little bit. We do have a chance of seeing one significant tornado. Significant tornado, that's like the EF2 plus, but remember, and the watch, it only says 20% chance. Higher chances off to the southeast near the Benton, Marion, Murfreesboro. Southern Illinois is the closest to our area. Wind is going to be the main concern. You can see we almost have a high risk of wind out towards the Paducah, Madisonville, Mayfield, Jackson, Memphis, all the way down to almost near Philadelphia, Mississippi. So that is an interesting town name. And also, I do want to let you know, we did get a small hail threat added. So there is a possibility of some small hail, but not anything about 2 inches. Really going to be just around the Potosi, Farmington, Fredericktown area is where we really have to watch for any hail. So that is the severe weather outlook. And I do want to let you guys know, it's not for us, but tomorrow there is a 4 out of 5 on the severe weather scale for the parts of the east here. So new warning just came in, everybody. New warning just came in. New severe thunderstorm warning. It's a little bit far to the south, but I want to let you guys know. Let's go back to the radar here. Let's turn out the outlook here. And new severe thunderstorm warning is going to be coming in here. Give me 1 second. Let's see. Okay. New severe thunderstorm warning. It is loading at the moment. Let's see if we can get this taken off here. But new severe thunderstorm warning is, okay, so it got issued to the south of our area. Huge severe thunderstorm warning. So you can see if we take it out of motion here. So severe thunderstorm warning is going to be for Salem, Houston, Mountain View. Not really in our area, but this has a tornado possible tag. So just a little bit south of our area, 60-mile-per-hour winds, radar indicated and it's expected the damage to roof sidings and trees will be possible, and a tornado can't rule out as well. So that is, kind of what we're looking at here, and it's just going to be a matter of time before our National Weather Service office thinks about issuing a warning. So that is something that we're going to have to be paying attention to here. Once again, how's everybody doing? Glad to see you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're just tuning in, we did get a new severe thunderstorm warnings at the bottom of your screen here for penny-sized hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds, and it's for the Houston, Salem. It's just towards the south, and it's just a little bit to the southwest of the Potosi area, but we still have our line of storms as well, and so far it's trying to get into a line, and we still think that it's going to enhance. This is just the beginning of the storm system, so might not look like there's much now, but it's going to continue to ramp up as it gets off to the east. So that is what we're going to have to be watching, but currently, as of right now, we're not seeing any warnings or anything severe in our current coverage area, but we do have a massive severe thunderstorm warning for Houston, Salem, Mountain View, and the Mark Twain National Forest. Elijah says it's real windy in Lynn right now. Oh, yes. I was wondering how it was going down there. It looks like the hail core just passed you guys, actually. Did you guys get any hail down there, Elijah and Lynn? Let me know. I'm really curious because some of the parts of the storm, especially near the Herman area, wouldn't be surprised. It's a little bit elevated, but I would not be surprised if we get a severe thunderstorm warning just for the hail core, because you can see here, flashing up on our screen here, just west of Herman, it is showing some signs of intensity. So we're just going to have to pay attention. Like I said, no spin ups are looking likely at the current moment, but some gusty winds are starting to look possible as we continue. But I will watch out in the Herman, Warrenton area. Elijah says, not that I saw, surprisingly. Okay. So it looks like severe thunderstorm warning just got updated. They upgraded the hail probability and 60-mile-per-hour winds and tornado possible for the warning down south. But I'm curious how this line is going to turn out. So and let's see in the chat here. Day one, okay, we got a new update to the storm outlook. The Storm Prediction Center has sent a new outlook, everybody. Let's take a look at that. New SPC outlook coming in. Give me 1 second. Let me pull that up. So, looks like not much updated to the outlook here from the Storm Prediction Center here. Let me take a look here. Nothing too crazy far as the outlook that goes here. Let me put it in the view for you. So still maintain a slight risk. The enhanced risk is still out of our area. So with the newest update, it does not look like there's any changes. But doesn't the enhanced risk, doesn't the orange look like a Dorito? Kind of. Doesn't like the risk almost look like a Dorito, in my opinion. So very interesting drawing for the storm risk. But you can see thunderstorms and a marginal threat goes all the way down to Florida as well. So that is something to note. So people that are on spring break are also dealing with a severe weather event, thunderstorms and isolated severe weather. So that is unfortunate. New severe thunderstorm warning for the southern part of the state here near West Plains, Gainesville. Luckily so far nothing for us here. So far that is good news, but you can see what's going on here. It's a matter of time before we start getting our severe thunderstorm warnings, and let's see if that's tornado possible. And that's also tornado possible as well. So like I said, it's slowly starting to come together. Warnings are starting to be issued out of our area, but we'll let you know as well when we get those warnings. But I wanted to be on here before it happened because I don't want it to come on as it's happening, and then the algorithm is late. So that is something that I was thinking about. So wanted to be on here just a little bit early just to monitor, as we do have a tornado watch, and I wanted to be here for you guys. I love doing this. This is never an interruption to my daily life. So I love doing this. So no matter how long we need to be here, we will be here covering this event as long as we have power. I do want to mention that. That is a good point that I was told, is we do want to make sure we have power to be able to live stream. And it'll be nice if there's a way at the apartment complex that I could get a generator. Wouldn't that be nice, everybody? So that sound that you just heard, not sure if you heard it, but that was the warning updated, or for the new one actually. But like I said, the main focus point is just east of Lynn, around the Herman and Gasconade area. Let's check the velocities again, and not really seeing any spins at the current moment, which is good. Let's take a look at the top part of the line. Let's not forget about our folks near the Troy and the Hawk Point area. Let's make sure we're doing okay over here. Thank you so much for spamming the like button. I really do appreciate that. It lets me guys know that you guys enjoy these live coverages. Really do appreciate that. Area of interest is right near the McKittrick area, just north of the Herman area. Looks like we have some curvature starting to come through. Let's get the pen out so you can see what I'm talking about here. You can see we do have kind of a curvature. Let's make it yellow. Or let's make it green. Will green show better? Yeah. Does look like we have a little bit of a curvature starting to start here. So we'll have to monitor that. So if you're near the Macedonia area, I think that's how you say it, Warrenton, I would be on the lookout for the storm near Herman, especially near Jonesburg, all the way up to Hawk Point. I would be on the lookout as well. And all these storms are moving to the northeast. All storms are moving to the northeast of our area. Just kept checking a couple things. Yeah. Wouldn't be surprised if we see a storm or severe thunderstorm warning for this Herman storm. Looks pretty gnarly, I should say, at the moment. But currently, at the moment, if you're just tuning in, just checking in, we have no severe thunderstorm warnings. They're currently off to our south here. So, but this storm near, let's check. Storm near Rolla looks like that needs to be watched down there. Rolla and the St. James area, that looks like a place that should be watching out, because it looks a little bit intensified and it looks like a little bit of a hook. Not sure, because we're just very high up in the radar site. We're almost looking at about 7,000 feet up into the air. So that is what we're looking at. So that would be what I'm watching. And I'm also looking at the Herman area as well. So wind advisory is also going to stay in effect for everybody. National Weather Service just told everyone that the wind advisory will go into 12 o'clock tomorrow. 12 o'clock lunchtime. So there is a possible chance as well, everyone, that we could see some blowing snow. Now, not blizzard-like conditions, or we would have had the warning already, but the snow could blow around and cause some reduced visibility, a brief loss in visibility. But like I said, I'm not really forecasting anything crazy. And if you guys want me to show you that, I will here. Let me show you if I can find it. I guess I deleted the tab. Okay. While we have a moment and we don't have any warnings for our area, I'm going to show you the snowfall probability once again here. And I do want to let you guys know, up near the northern part of, what is it, Wisconsin? Northern part of Wisconsin, their high end is 53 inches of snow. We kind of talked about that in our live stream yesterday, but let's see if it loads. A lot of people are using this because of the, how much it's talking here. But if we click on like up here near Marquette, let me see if I can get a high end. Yeah, high end is like 43 inches. Low end, worst case scenario, they only get 16 inches. So that's not too bad. You know, in the best case scenario, they only get 16. On the high end, worst case scenario, they get 43. So that is unfortunate. But you can see as we go into the marker here around the area, half inch to literally nothing. And then on our high end amount, we could see roughly on the high end amount about 2 inches of snow on the high end. So on the high end, about 2 inches of snow. Let's go back to the radar here. Like I said, don't want to spend too much time on it. Really want to spend a little bit on the radar. And luckily, everybody, the storms are behaving very nicely. Very nicely so far. Not seeing any warnings at the moment. A little bit strong gusty winds near the just west of Owensville back towards southwest near Vienna Beef Hot Dogs and Missouri. That is where we could see some higher impacts, but nothing severe warning criteria. So that is very nice. And I'm also not seeing any significant signs of rotation, but maybe we have to start watching by Little Burger and Coal City is where we could see some activity starting to form here. So have to watch that. Have to see what that's doing at the moment. Let me just take a drink here while we have a moment. And if you have any questions, make sure you drop it down in the chat. I'll love to answer them. Let me know what city you guys are from, because we got a lot of new followers and I want to find out where all you guys are from. So what city are you guys from? Drop it down in the chat. Curious, and I can check on your area. Mom said it's raining in South County. Yeah, that's a little bit of the moisture content that is out and ahead of this storm. So that is what we're seeing. I do appreciate that report because it's kind of hard to see on the ground on that. So, but the main part is I'm watching near the Herman, Jonesboro, and the Warrenton area. Those are the places, this area that I have highlighted on my screen is where I am the most concerned for something happening. Up near the Hawk Point and Troy area, you guys are okay for right now. Nothing too much is happening. Alright, Tasha says from Casey, Illinois, but I'm in Wood River, Illinois at my mom's house right now. And looks like we got Maryland Heights, we got St. Charles. Okay, so we got a wide variety. And look at that, everybody. I called it. I have called the warning. I told you guys. This is why you guys love my coverage. I called it. I'm so proud of myself. So, severe thunderstorm warning has just gotten issued for the area. Okay? Severe thunderstorm warning has now entered our coverage area. So we need to share this live stream ASAP. We have been talking about this for a while now, that this was going to go through a severe thunderstorm warning. I said the Herman, Jonesboro area is where we need to watch. And immediately we got the severe thunderstorm warning. It's just like if they're watching us. I think they're watching our stream and just loved how good I was analyzing. But let's take a look here. We need to share this live stream because we do have a tornado possible tag on this. I repeat, tornado possible tag on this severe thunderstorm warning, and it's for North Franklin County and East Central Missouri, Warren County and East Central Missouri until 4 p.m. And that is for 60-mile-per-hour winds, and we're not seeing any hail, and expect damage to roof sidings, but it does have a tornado possible tag, and I'm starting to see that starting to form here. Let's take a look here. Make sure we're sharing the live stream because we do have something starting to curve out, and that's where we will get our quick spin-up tornado. So if you're in the Macedonia area, the Warrenton, down the line in Innsbrook, Wright City, we need to start taking our precautions because remember, like I said earlier, we need to treat these like a tornado warning. So you need to start going down to your shelter, especially away from windows, because we do have some broad rotation, but we are seeing some uptick in the velocities here. We have a lot of wind coming towards the radar. Not really seeing too much coming away from the radar. But like I said, we were watching this storm for a while, and I said it multiple times that this storm was going to go severe thunderstorm warning. So if you're in the Warrenton, Innsbrook, Wright City, Pinckney, Macedonia, anywhere from Route 47 from the Warrenton all the way down to Marthasville, need to watch out for the storm, as we do have a severe thunderstorm warning that has been issued for a tornado possible tag. That means a tornado could be possible, but it's not imminent. It's not forming right now. It could be possible. And if you're on the highways, Interstate 70 between exits 188 and 200, and 31,300 people are in this warning. So we need to let everybody know, because you can see there's 11 schools, there's a couple hospitals, and there's 14 mobile parks that are all in this path. So like I said, if you're in a mobile home, you might want to start thinking about where you need to go for your tornado safe spot, because we won't have a lot of time for this warning to go tornado warning if we do get a tornado warning. Seeing some broad rotation just northeast of the Gore area. So just northeast of the Gore area is where I'm seeing a little bit of rotation here. Let's get the red marker. Some broad rotation, very, very broad rotation, just northeast of the Gore area. So we're going to have to monitor the velocities on that. And if you know, see if there's any population out here. Looks like we have a couple houses in the middle of nowhere towards the Route E and Lost Creek Road. So if you know anybody over there, we need to start taking our precautions here, because we're really not going to have a lot of time if we do get a spin-up tornado, because the radar only updates a couple minutes and the storm is not going to stop. It's going to keep going. But if you're just tuning in, we just got a severe thunderstorm warning for the Warrenton, Wright City, and the Innsbrook area. Hey, Kanan, warning. So, sorry about that. Little communication error there. Looks like Elijah's talking to Ethan about the insurance thing. Looks like not too much, but we need to pay attention to this storm, because it looks like it wants to start to ramp up a little bit. So we really have to watch this part. I'm not seeing anything on the ground, anything signals a tornado on the ground. So there is no tornado on the ground. Velocities are not a defined area of any solid rotation, but you can see the path of this near the Warrenton, Wright City, Innsbrook area as well. So not yet. Warning. There's a warning issue.
Oh, you're just letting me know?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh no. Not yet. Sorry about that. We have my lovely producer. She just loves looking at me. She just wanted to come say hi. And so let's not get too distracted by the love here. But okay, rotation is starting to pick up here. And if you take a look here, and the rotation here is starting to get a little bit broader. You can see right around here. Let's actually take a look. Let's actually use the right marker here. So right in that area, this east of the Gore area, is where we're seeing a little bit of the rotation if the radar updates with it. We could see some low end rotation that is going to be going towards the Route U area near Macedonia. I think that's how you say it. And just north of the Pinckney. So if you know anybody near the Route U between Pinckney and Macedonia or something like that, if you know anybody near there, you need to tell them to watch out for a tornado may be possible coming up. Other than that, we're not seeing any other warnings. Like I said, that Raleigh storm is something else that we have to watch. I wouldn't be surprised if we do get a storm warning down there. But the main storm of concern here, you can see tornado possible for the Warrenton, Pinckney, Berger, Innsbrook, and the Wright City areas till 4 o'clock. Macedonia.
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 Goodness.
Okay, there we go. We got it now, everybody. And if you're also watching here, we got the earpiece in, so make sure we're pronouncing it. And honestly, everybody, I just forgot what she told me. But anywhere south of Warrenton is where we have to watch. South of Warrenton, north of Pinckneyville. Or not Pinckneyville, that's Illinois. Pinckney, Missouri. Pinckney, Missouri. And you can see right here, let's make sure the velocities match. Velocities are not matching, but I'm seeing some small indications of some possible rotation going right towards, if there's any roads here, doesn't look like, towards Rogers Drive. So near Rogers Drive, and it looks like some side streets off of Route U. Could see that. And okay, the velocities are updating, and it looks like we have a small amount of rotation. It's trying to spin up something, but nothing really defined yet. But like I say, if you're near the Innsbruck area, you're really more in the path of this situation. So if we know anybody in the Innsbruck, make sure we're sharing it. And look at the hail core. Hail core this south of the Pine Oak area, heading towards the Hawk Point. That might be severe thunderstorm warned in a little bit. So starting to ramp up here, everybody. And you can see the classic hook shape starting to form with this storm here. And if you don't know what you're looking at, let me show you here. And it's right in here. Let me circle it. It's right in this area. And see how it looks like a C almost? Not the ocean, everybody. Not that kind of C. The letter C. Let me redraw it again. See how it starts to make... See how it starts to make a little hook shape almost, and it's just not wrapping around? That is signaling that we do have some rotation in the atmosphere. So you can see it'll eventually go off towards that way. With the warning polygon, Innsbruck, we need to watch out. Wright City, we need to watch out. Warrenton, you might think it's not coming to you, but you can still see the 60-mile-per-hour winds that are headed towards your area. Chris said, keep up the great work, Kenny. I really do appreciate that. Thank you so much for tuning in. Right now, the Sullivan area is looking just fine. Not really concerned about that area at the moment. But this is the only warning that we do have right now. And look at the storm near the Rollins St. James. That is just sitting there waiting for a warning. So I will watch out in the Cuba, St. James, Steelville, Leesburg, Bourbon, all the way up to Sullivan. I will be on the lookout for that as well. But the main storm that we're watching here is near the Innsbruck and the Warrenton area. And unfortunately, we don't have any cameras near that area. So we don't have any visual, but we are going to start working on trying to get some cameras and these radar, or basically the holes where there's no traffic cameras or anything like that. We're going to see if we can pop up some weather stations, and we can try to pop up some live cameras, exclusive live cameras, just for all of you guys to see as well. So only if you're followed, and only on the TKW live stream you'll see the cameras. Looks like we have a little bit of a storm popping up near Winsfield. That is currently no factor at the time, but if you're seeing any rain, that's what's happening. And as far as everywhere else goes, out in front of it, you're just fine. The main line is behind you coming in, and unfortunately everybody's going to get part of the line. But how severe you're going to get? Well, you're going to have to stay tuned to the live stream, because that is something we're going to have to figure out as we go into the rest of the afternoon and early evening. Yeah, this storm near the Rolla area, I'll touch back on the Warrenton one here. Yeah, the Rolla one, a little bit elevated. We're looking at 6,200 feet at this storm. Almost looks like a seahorse. You guys see that? Almost looks like a seahorse. You can see the face that wraps around the south of St. James. So that's probably why they're not really too concerned about this. But what I'm really concerned is its Warrenton storm. Showing some very broad rotation. Okay, now it looks like it's starting to weaken. as far as the rotation in the latest scan here. So that is what we're seeing here. Not really seeing too much of a rotation factor here. And I don't know if I mentioned this already, but we're not expecting any long track tornadoes. It's going to be brief spin up tornadoes. So there's not going to be a tornado that forms in Warrenton that goes all the way to St. Charles. We're just not going to see that. We're going to see brief tornadoes. Brief tornadoes and scattered the widespread damaging winds up to 60, 65 miles per hour. And I just wanted to show you guys real quick, back here in the back, here is the snow back there. See the snow back there in Kansas City? Look at this. It's almost severe weather and snow in the same state. Isn't that crazy? Look at that. Severe weather and snow in the same state right now. And far as the temperature goes, let me throw in the temperatures for you as well. We're going to throw up the temperatures so you guys can see the temperatures as well while we're watching this warning. Just wanted to show you guys the temperatures. So right now in Kansas City, or right near Lee Summit, it's 35 degrees. Right here in the Metro St. Louis area, we're at 68 degrees. So you can see the cold front moving through. It's 43 now near Columbia, and it's 70 degrees in Washington. So powerful cold front is moving through. That's why we're having the chance of these storms that are going to move in. But we have to watch the front part of the storm is where the most concerning factor of this is. So just wanted to show you that it is snowing on the west side of the state, and it's raining and severe thunderstorm warnings on the east side of the state. So that is Mother Nature. That is St. Louis for you. And of course, make sure you guys stay hydrated as well with us. Okay, so severe thunderstorm warning has updated. They canceled Franklin County. They don't think there's a factor in Franklin County anymore. But they are going to continue Warren County till 4 o'clock. And they're not seeing any hail with this, is what I'm seeing out of this. And tornado possible tag is still on here. So tornado could be possible down the line before 4 o'clock. And 60-mile-per-hour winds have been radar indicated. So that is the main reason why we do have the warning, and it's for the 60-mile-per-hour winds that are going to be possible. So it's now coming into the Warrenton area. So if you're in Warrenton area, make sure inside, away from windows. Also from the Innsbrook area. Let me see if we can get slot 3 to the Warrenton. Okay, you're working on that? Okay. Alright, so we're going to get the Warrenton camera pop up just so we can try to get a visual. And not quite sure what the radar is doing. It just turned into Pac-Man. So not quite sure what is happening there, but hopefully it decides to come back. But you guys just saw how it just went Pac-Man? That was kind of funny. It just said, okay, and now we're back. So we just had a little bit of a Pac-Man action on the radar program. Haven't really seen that before. And you can see the severe thunderstorm warning just got updated at the bottom of your screen. And it's only for Warren County. Tornado possible, you can see, and winds 60 miles per hour. We're also live streaming on the YouTube. So if you want it on your TV as well, we do have that available. So you can keep it up on the live stream. And in my opinion, it looks way better. Looks way better in my opinion. Want to show you the ominous look. Let me see what camera that is. Okay, not quite sure where we have it loaded. We're gonna get the Troy camera. That's what we're trying to get up because I wanted to show you guys. Hold on, we're trying to get the Troy camera up. We're watching the radar as well as on my bottom monitor. I have 6 monitors if you guys are curious. And do I use all the 6 monitors? Mostly for my memory loss. It's why I have so many monitors, just so I don't forget what I'm doing. And here's the live camera here at the Troy area. This is looking, not quite sure, it's looking off to the west, it looks like. So that's another view of the line here. And you can see at the very top part of your screen, it really looks like it is coming in pretty dark here. Pretty dark up the line that's coming in. And let me take you right back to the radar, everybody. Looks like we have another hook starting to form, and it does look like we do have some broad rotation. Some broad rotation in the latest scan is starting to pop up, so we're going to look at the camera later. And it's coming right near the Lipstadt area. So Lipstadt area is seeing some broad rotation right near Highway 47 that connects up to Warrenton, if you're familiar with that. Right there near the Warrenton Golf Course. The Warrenton Golf Course, the Lipstadt School, the Lipstadt Church Cemetery, and it looks like if you're near the Quarry Road. So if you're in that area, or if you know anybody in that area, you need to watch out, because it looks like we may have something trying to form. And I have to see, are we seeing debris being picked up on the radar? Is this debris being picked up right before the Lipstadt? Let's see, let's check radar. We have broad rotation. Let me see here, everybody. Let's take a look. It just popped up in the latest scan. Okay, yeah, let's see. Yeah, it looks like it just popped up in the latest scan, so we're going to have to watch that area near the Lipstadt. That's going to be somewhere where we're watching, right where I have it circled here. So, looks like that's what we're watching, and there, real quickly, is that storm moving in. There is that storm moving in, and let's see if we can get another view as we're waiting for the radar to update. But it looks like we have something fishy that is happening right there. Let's see if we can keep going out west. I think this is south, Lake St. Louis. Yeah. Wrong way. Let's see if we can get any cameras out here. This will probably be the next closest. Yeah, so you can see we have some heavy rain going. Looks like a decent amount of rain. Not seeing anything crazy. This is going through the Warrenton area at the moment. So let's put it in this spot, and we'll make sure we'll watch that. We'll probably see the line come in just a little bit. Just about a little bit, we should see the line come in. Waiting for the velocities to update, but we may have had something try to form there, right just over the Lipstadt area. If you know anybody in the Lipstadt area, if you can reach out to them, let me know if they've seen anything. But I think we would have had a possible quick spin up there. Let me go back to the radar here so you guys can see. But it looks like, let me delete this here. Let me delete the drawing board. But you can see as it goes through, we did kind of lose that hook shape, everybody. We kind of lost that hook shape. And it's more turning to a damaging wind threat. So that is good. Okay, let me look. We just got the camera. I was alerted that you can see the line of storms is coming through. You can see it at the very top part of your screen there. Take a look at the top part of your screen, and there's the line there. So we have to watch for any lowerings. Any lowerings in this line, we have to watch for, and that's where we're looking for a brief tornado threat right there. So this is 70 at T here. You can see mile marker 203. And we have to watch, but there is that line of storms that is coming in right there. So that is what it looks like visually, not from the radar, but visually. So that is what we're watching. So we're going to have to watch for any lowerings on this camera. This is going to give us a great view. Unfortunately, it's not really pointing towards the Innsbruck area, but it's pointing west, so it'll give us a great idea of what we're looking at here. And it's checking to see if any reports have came out of there. Not seeing any reports yet coming out from there, so that is good news. No reports coming through on that situation there. But you can see, look how mean. You see how mean the storm looks there? So that is a crazy look coming in there. Right at 70 at W-T. And I think that's where the TA truck stop is right there. And Mr. Fuel or 19 Fuel Network. That is approximately. So like the camera is almost right around. It's probably about to be taken over any time now. But like I said, we only have one severe thunderstorm warning. I am watching this one near the St. James, Cuba area. But we just have this one severe thunderstorm warning right now for the Warrenton area that's going for another 26 minutes. And not seeing any rotation anymore with this storm, but I am seeing some strong gusty winds up to 60 miles per hour that are likely in this storm. Whoa, everybody. Just wanted to show you guys this. Not sure who it was, the recent one. Let me go back to this right here. Not sure who, but hey, everybody. We're only 50 away from 1,000 followers. That's crazy, everybody. I never thought I was ever going to be that close. I really do appreciate all your guys' support, but let's not get too excited because we do have weather to cover here. And the Warrenton area is getting slammed with 60 mile per hour winds here. And we do have a severe thunderstorm warning, still with a tornado possible tag, but it looks like it's more of a damaging wind threat at this time. So let's take a look back out at the live camera here, and you can see the line of storms is still trying to make its way up here. Not seeing any lowerings, which is good, so that is very nice to see. Not really seeing any lowerings, but that line of storm, that is what's going to pack the 60 mile per hour winds that our folks in Warrenton are feeling right now. And it's coming up on the Wright City area, the Innsbrook area. So if you know anybody in those areas, those are next up the bat in the severe thunderstorm warning. So Innsbrook, Wright City, and currently the Warrenton area is getting taken over. The strong storm near the Troy and the Macville and the Cave and Famous, all those places up there are currently not severe thunderstorm warning, but you can see some isolated hail, it looks like, and some 60 mile per hour winds. Let's go back to the radar view. And let's see if we can try to put... Let's try to put the airport camera. Let's see if we can do the airport camera. Let's try to put that at 70. See if there's any, and of course if you have any good live cameras as well, let me know. So then I can easily pull them up. If you see a good spot, or if you have any pictures or videos of what's happening, make sure to send those into the Facebook page as well. I would love to see those photos. But make sure you do them safely. Want to make sure you guys know to do it safely. Safely. I don't want to see videos of you getting hit with hailstones or getting sucked up in a tornado trying to film. We won't show it. Alright, so we got the camera fixed here, and let's go here. And let's see. We got to get the 70 camera. We're getting the 70 cameras. Yeah, the bipolar weather, I am sick of it too. You guys will see in the weather video, we're going to be cold for a couple days, and then we're going to be warming up. Some spots almost have 80 miles per hour. So there we go. There's the Winsfield camera. We can watch that as it moves in. But like I said, it's turning more into a wind mode at the current moment. Let me check the velocities here. Seeing some contamination near Moscow Mills. Yeah, not really seeing anything. We'll see how the radar updates with that. But seeing some contamination near Moscow Mills, nothing really concerning. The Innsbruck storm may allow to expire at 4 o'clock. We'll have to see on that. Not really seeing too much with this at the current moment. A heavier storm just to the west of New Haven. That is going to be something to watch. And then the Cuba storm in Bourbon, Sullivan area. That's going to be the next place to watch. If we get a severe thunderstorm warning, it's going to be for this area. I see it happening, but I just don't think the wind is there at the current moment. But it is possible. But the current warning that we do have is for the Warrenton area for 60-mile-per-hour winds and a tornado possible. But the good thing is, everybody, it is quiet. But I don't want to jinx it. I just said the bad word, everybody. But it is quiet for the moment. So, it looks like traffic is moving decently, but you might want to start heading home as the main line goes through, just in case if you have to take shelter. Just want to take shelter. You can see the Wentzville camera at the bottom right. The bottom right camera, you can see the Wentzville camera getting very dark, and out near the Forestell area, camera is getting dark as well. So the line is moving in. The line is moving in. At least the good thing is I'm not seeing any rotation that jumps out at me at the moment. No areas of rotation are really jumping out at the moment. So that is good news. So far, power outages have been fairly light. We're looking at the power outage map. Power outages have been very light, so. New severe thunderstorm warning just got issued for Lincoln and Calhoun County. So, by the Troy area, this is probably where we're going to see it. Somewhere up here when it decides to update. Yep, so there we go. New severe thunderstorm warning. And this has a tornado possible, everybody. Let's go to the radar. Let's get back to the radar. And this does have a tornado possible tag for the Troy area, or just east of the Troy area. These places include the Winfield, Foley, Ellsbury, Star City, Batchtown, Hardin, and just north of the Brussels, near the Brussels Ferry. So that is our second severe thunderstorm warning with the tornado possible tag. And before I read out the locations, I want to check something. Looks like there's might be something in Brussels, Missouri. Might start getting going. Looks like a little notch that is starting to watch. So we have to watch out for that. But that is what we're watching here, because you can see he's going towards the Winfield. Let's see what the warning entails. This is 60-mile-per-hour winds south to west of Ellsbury, moving east at 30 miles per hour. Places in the path is just like what we said: Michael, Winfield, Foley, Moscow Mills. Places like those are in the path of the storm. So also includes the Pierre Marquette State Park. So if you're out there, you need to be aware. And they also have started alerting, and the warning, at least in this warning, they are now putting that there is tornadoes can develop quickly from severe thunderstorms. Seek shelter immediately in the interior room on the lowest floor of a well-built structure. So, National Weather Service is telling you that you need to go to your basement because tornadoes can quickly form, and that's kind of what we're talking about here. Tornadoes can quickly form without a tornado warning, so we don't want that to happen, and it's very close to where we had our last couple from the last storm. So, Ryan Hall, I do have it loaded up on my map. They have also considered this spot to be a severe thunderstorm warning for the Sullivan area. We have been talking about this for I don't know how long. I think the start of the stream. But they are also thinking about a severe thunderstorm warning. So that's what this is for. So we need to start getting prepared. So we need to start tuning into the live stream. We need to start sharing the live stream, please. Make sure we are sharing the live stream with everybody that you know, because it's starting to get a little bit more active, coming to more populated places. Because this new severe thunderstorm warning is for 27,000 people. Okay, 27,000 people and 11.1 thousand homes, and we only have 10 people watching, so we need to share this live stream. We need to make sure everybody is aware, because I will show you what's happening. If I can pull up the camera here, let's see if we can get the camera pulled up, because I'll show you what's happening on the 70 in the Winsfield camera. I'll show you what's happening, just so you guys know what we're looking out for. But like I said, this is the time you need to tune in the live stream. It was quiet now, but you can see I jinxed it, everybody. I have jinxed the live stream.
Freezing.
Oh, are we?
It might just be mine, but
Yeah, it might be, because it says I'm still good. Let me know if we are freezing in the live stream, but here is the 70 east of Winsfield, and you can see that dark cloud is coming towards us. It is coming towards us, everybody. So that is what we need to be watching here. So let me know if the live stream is still doing okay. The live stream doing okay, everybody? Let me know if the live stream is doing okay. Looks like the severe thunderstorm watch got updated to the northeast near the Springfield area. And hello, everybody. Alert, alert. We have another thunderstorm warning, and this covers a lot of us. This is the time we need to share the live stream. You know, I sound like a broken record, but we need to share the live stream. Severe thunderstorm warning, Winsfield, O'Fallon, St. Charles, and this has a tornado possible tag. Tornado possible tag, everybody, for the Winsfield, O'Fallon, St. Charles, Colville, Lake St. Louis, St. Paul, St. Charles, Elm Point, Newtown, Lake St. Louis, New Melle is all in a severe thunderstorm warning, which is tornado possible and 60 miles per hour winds. So we need to make sure we're sharing this live stream, because now this warning includes 406,000 people. 406,000 people are included in the severe thunderstorm warning that is tornado possible. We need to take this seriously, because there's not a tornado on the ground right now, but there could be in the future. So tornado, you can see a line of severe thunderstorms. I unfortunately spoke too soon. I said the quiet word, and now we're getting pretty active. Need to buckle up, everybody, because we are now in the storm mode, and we really need to start paying attention. A lot of people are starting to get impacted here. So we are now watching a severe thunderstorm warning for Lincoln County, St. Charles County, all St. Charles County, 60 mile per hour winds, and this has had broad rotation out near the Warrenton and Innsbrook area. So we need to make sure we're watching out for that, and we can't forget about our folks near the Foley and Winfield area. Let's check on the velocities here. And multiple areas of rotation is starting to pick up near that northern storm. That northern storm, we're starting to see multiple areas of some rotation with this storm. So we need to watch out for that. Let's make sure radar updates, yes. Multiple notches are starting to form in this storm that's going near the Foley and the Winfield area in the Ellsbury and Star City. So like I said, this is the time where you need to tune into the live stream. And let's make sure we're keeping up on the warnings. More populated areas. Okay. So like I said, multiple notches are in this line headed towards the Apex, Foley, Winfield, Star City, Turner Landing. And remember, we're not going to have a lot of time to take shelter. You can see we have a spot just east of New Hope, some broad rotation, and near the Winfield area, just west of Winfield, some broad rotation starting to pick up here as well. So anywhere near the Route 79 area from the St. Paul, as of right now, St. Paul, you're in a severe thunderstorm warning. But anywhere north of Old Monroe all the way up to Ellsbury, you need to be in your tornado safe place, as we do have broad rotation picking up on the radar for some quick spin up tornadoes. So we need to take our shelter right now. Right now, let's see, the Lynn area. Lynn is good. Lynn is good for the night. Lynn is good for the night. You can see we do have tornado warnings down to our south. This is the next place to watch. Don't want to forget about you guys. Near the Sullivan area. Near the Sullivan area is the next place to watch. I told you, we're trying to give you as much lead time as possible. I told you this for a while now. We have another severe thunderstorm warning. Like I said, I just told you, you guys need to watch out for that. So, new severe thunderstorm warning for the Sullivan, Stanton, St. Clair, Union. This is not going to be the repeat of the March 14th tornado, okay? And all that outbreak. But I literally just talked about this. And we got a warning for it. So, Sullivan, Bourbon, Stanton, and this is radar indicated. This is not a tornado possible tag. Not a tornado possible tag, but we are seeing big hail starting to fall with this storm heading towards the Bourbon, the West Sullivan, and the Sullivan area. Chris says, very dark skies northwest here in Sullivan. Yes. Yes, look off to your, what is that, southwest, and I'm pretty sure you'll see it coming. It is going to be crazy. Let's focus on these storms that are tornado possible just a little bit more. Velocity still have an update, but we're still seeing some rotation. Yeah, still areas of rotation are going to be possible with this. So broad areas of rotation are still being possible. You're all good. So the south of Aylesbury, the south of 47 where it meets 79 is where we're seeing the areas of the rotation right now. So we need to treat these severe thunderstorm warnings. And we just got emergency management reports from Troy that there's a tree down on East Cherry Street with the live power lines on the roadway. So like I said, we need to take these precautions seriously. We need to take these warnings seriously. Even though they're not tornado warnings, they can still cause damage and power outages. So this storm's coming right down I-70 near the Wentzville area and the Lake St. Louis, O'Fallon, St. Peter, St. Charles area. So make sure you guys are tuning into the live stream, sharing this live stream. We're also on YouTube as well. So multiple ways to get coverage here. No, you don't need to do that. Nothing. That's all good. This is the warnings. Might have to go on. Yeah, those. All right, there. And let's take a look at the Sullivan storm. Looks like some very, very broad rotation out in front of it, just southwest of Bourbon. Not really a factor. This is more of a hail threat, just coming down the North Service Road towards the Bourbon area, almost near the water tower. And the Bourbon RV Center, if you're up to there, and Uncle Ernie's, and I think that's UFO Cafe or whatever that thing is with the UFO outside of it. That is where it's heading towards, and eventually towards the Sullivan area. So we're not seeing any tornado possible with this at the moment. As radar indicated for 60-mile-per-hour winds and 1-inch hail. So that's what we're seeing. Let's check back on these. Seeing for anything. It looks like more damaging winds coming down I-70 right now. Let's check on that northern part. Northern part, multiple spots of rotation, weak rotation in this line. Anywhere where the greens and the red are mixing is where we're seeing some broad rotation. So anywhere near the Foley, Winfield, Batchtown, Star City, Rosedale is where we need to be watching. So those will be my areas of concern. Nice job on calling out all the warnings. I know, isn't that crazy? All the warnings, I said, let's watch out. And then another warning gets issued. So, very good on the lead time. I'm very happy about that. So, but yeah, we have talked about this storm going severe since Rolla. You guys remember that? When it was all the way down in Rolla, and I said, this is probably going to be the next one. And look what it does. So, the radar is doing a little bit of Pac-Man, but it's just a lot of users. We have 1,000 people on this radar site, on this program, trying to use the radar. So, thank you for your live coverage. Other local independent weather coverages are just posting radar updates. Hard to understand what's going on. Oh, well, you're very welcome. Like I said, anytime we get new warnings that we can cover, we do go live and provide coverage all the way through the storm. So, all the way through the storm. So, all these warnings, once they get out of our area and we don't have any more warnings, that's when we wrap up our live coverage. Out near the Winsville areas where the storm is coming in, not really seeing any rotation or any signs of tornadoes, but you can see the camera shaking a little bit and heavy rain is falling there. But like I said, this is moving to the Winsville, O'Fallon, New Malley area, so that is something that we're going to have to watch. And then up near the Foley, Winfield area, mainly near the Foley area, excuse me, I did not mean to do that, I so apologize. And right near the Winsfield area is where we're seeing some rotation. So no tornado warnings yet. This one near down in southwest of our area near the Bourbon and the Sullivan area, we're not seeing that, but we did get a report of pea-sized hail in Cuba. So that's more of a hail threat coming up in the Sullivan. So let me check on the live camera here. Let's see if the live camera down in Sullivan shows anything. Last time we looked at it, it shows east. Because it's right at the Pilot truck stop is where the camera's at. If you're familiar with that area. Yeah, let's see if we can scroll through. Give me 1 second, everybody. We're going to try to find the camera. Yeah, you can't really see it because unfortunately MoDOT has the camera the other way. But if we had it turned around, it would be very nice. And Chris, I don't know if you're watching, but if you can take a picture safely of what it looks like right outside as it's approaching you, send it to me on Facebook and I'd love to see it. So. No new warnings have come in yet, but yeah, Chris, if you're still in the chat, send me a picture if you can. I want to see what it looks like. As you can see, the camera is going wild out there. You can see the strong gusty winds are moving through the 60-mile-per-hour winds here. So that is what we're watching there. So we'll go back to that live camera in just a second, and we'll try to put that in one of our radars down below. So just give me just a second. Let me check on the warnings here. Looks like strong damaging winds is coming into the Winsville area. Not seeing any rotation, luckily. And it looks like weaker rotation up to our north here. Headed towards the Winfield area. But major hail. Hail core coming into the Sullivan area. Sullivan area is coming in. You can see, take a look at this. Take a look at this view right here. This is right at the Sullivan exit. Look at the camera just getting taken over with the heavy rain, everything. So look at that view right there. Wow. Isn't that crazy, everybody? I don't think it's a safe time, Chris, to get a radar view. Or a visual. Let's not do that. So it looks like they issued another tornado warning. I mean, not tornado warning. They issued another severe thunderstorm warning for the Jerseyville, Carrollton area with a tornado possible tag. So another severe thunderstorm warning, tornado possible tag with this. Rotation is weak with this at the time. Severe thunderstorm warning for the Warrenton is going to be allowed to expire. The new warning for St. Charles County is going to take over. So that is the update with that. Warrenton is no longer in a severe thunderstorm warning. This storm near the Sullivan has my attention, by the way. Storm near the Sullivan area has my attention. That is going north of Sullivan, going right on top of Sullivan right now. We'll have to watch the camera. We're going to update the camera here, see if we see any hail with this. So we're going to keep it at the middle part of the screen at the bottom, so then you guys can watch it as we continue to show the radar. So you can see this is the warning dashboard here. Multiple severe thunderstorm warnings here. Multiple severe thunderstorm warnings. And it looks like the camera went out. But multiple severe thunderstorm warnings. It does look like the tornado warnings have been to our south, out of our area. So luckily so far, the tornado threat has not been that crazy. So look at the heavy rain coming into the Sullivan there. We got heavy rain coming into Sullivan. We have heavy rain coming into the Warrenton area and Forestell. So lots of heavy rain coming through, everybody. But luckily so far, no tornado warnings at this current time. You can see the tornado warnings at the bottom of your screen are going down for these two little cells down here. They're no factor for us. But these are what we're watching. The main line is starting to come into more populated areas. So this is the time where you guys need to start looking out for damaging winds and a brief spin up tornado. Because right now everybody, the Winsville storm is still tornado possible. So like I said, we only have not a lot of people watching, but we do have 406,000 people in the path of the storm. So if you haven't shared it already, that is that. And look at the Sullivan camera. Look at the Sullivan camera. It's going crazy right now. Big storm down in Sullivan. Look at this. Look at this, everybody. Huge storm in Sullivan. I have to wait to see if we get any reports out of Sullivan here. Look at this, everybody. Tornado warning. Tornado warning has been issued. Tornado warning has been issued, everybody. A tornado warning has been issued.
New tornado
warning has been issued. I repeat, a tornado warning has been issued for the Winfield area going up to Jerseyville. Tornado warning has now been issued for Jerseyville, Winfield, Batchtown, Rosedale. So if you're in those areas, you need to seek shelter immediately, as we just got our first tornado warning. We need to make sure we share this live stream, as now we are in tornado mode here. So tornado, it looks like it's right just north of the Winfield area. And like I said, we were talking about the rotation here, so it shouldn't be a surprise to our viewers that have been watching already. But we do now have a tornado warning in effect. Let's take a look at the warning here. Radar indicated rotation is for Jersey County, places that are included: Winfield, Foley, Batchtown, Brussels, Grafton, places like those in Jerseyville are in the path of the storm, and includes the Pere Marquette State Park. So tornado warning has now been issued for those areas. So we need to make sure we're tuning in. Not sure why that popped up there. Okay, but we need to make sure that we're sharing out this live stream, as now we do have our first tornado warning of the day. First tornado warning of the day. And that's why the National Weather Service was telling you to seek shelter, because tornadoes could form quickly with this storm. Not really seeing anything too defined at the moment. We'll check correlation coefficient. Not really seeing anything on the ground at the moment. But that is what we're watching there. So tornado warning has now been in effect for places like Jerseyville, Winfield, and Fielden for until 4:45. Radar indicates there's 17,000 people in this warning. So we need to make sure we're taking our proper precautions now. Proper precautions now with this warning. Remember, the Winsville, Fallon area, New Mally, Colville, Welland Springs, Harvester, you're also in a severe thunderstorm warning with tornado possible. So tornado warning is now in effect. We do have a tornado warning that is in our area. So like I said, we were watching this for a while. We've seen some broad rotation with this. So I'm not trying to hype myself up, everybody, but so far we're like 4 for 4 right now. We're like a Wendy's value meal at this time. So Tornado Watch has been updated. It's canceling people behind this line of storms. So that's all that is. So you're going to see new notification here. So, But so far, I'm very happy with that. So the Jerseyville tornado, it looks like the warning was just a little bit late, but it's probably rotating and some broad rotation. Let's take a look at the bottom left-hand corner of the camera here. We're gonna take a quick break away and look at this area. This is 64 east of 94. This is looking out west. Look at that slight little lowering that is just like this. You see that? This is 64 east looking at 94 here. And you see that little lowering right there? That's going to be something to watch there. So we're going to have to monitor that. That's on the left camera at the bottom left hand of your screen. So make sure you guys are letting me know if you see anything in that camera. Josh says that he's watching this storm in Wentzville. Does look like it may have potential to do something. So O'Fallon, St. Peter's, Colorville, make sure we're paying attention here. Some weak rotation just by this northeast of the Winfield area, Batchtown. If you're near the Troy area, sirens probably went off, but you're okay. The tornado warning is just east of you. It's east of you. You guys are not in the warning at all. Main area is the Batchtown crossing the river, Rosedale, and Otterville and Jerseyville are the places that are in this warning. But we are paying attention as well to the O'Fallon area as well. We are watching this. We're watching this storm down here. Okay. So it looks like we happens, yeah, okay, so the St. Clair Sullivan storm is starting to rotate just a little bit. So we'll have to watch out for a tornado possible attack on that. So, like I said, unfortunately, I did jinx us. I said it was quiet, and now we're pretty busy. So this is the time where we need to be watching, as we have multiple warnings in place right now with a tornado warning. Look at this coming into St. Charles County right here, if it's not already. Look, this is coming into St. Charles County. This is 64 east of 94. You see this right here, everybody? Look how scary that looks. That is packing 60-mile-per-hour winds with this. And that's coming right down I-70. Right down I-70 is where we're watching this. So, like I said, you can see at the bottom left-hand side of the screen. And if you see any lowerings, make sure you yell at me. And my people behind the scenes, make sure you let me know if you see anything with that camera. It's in slot 1. Tornado sirens and Union. We currently do not have a tornado warning for the Union area. I'm not seeing any warnings for the Union area, but we did see some rotation, but I'm not sure why the tornado sirens are going off. Sometimes they go off for severe thunderstorm warnings, but at this current time, oh, that's Adam. Oh, hey, Adam. Glad to see you. Yeah, Union, there's no active tornado warning as of right now. But we are seeing some rotation. The only rotation that we have with the thunderstorm warning is near the Jerseyville, headed towards the Jerseyville, which is very weak at this time. I don't think this warning is going to last very long, but it is weak, is what we're watching. How's it going down there at Laura? I talked to Chris yesterday or the other day. He would let me know how it's going. But glad to see you in the chat. Yeah, still watching this storm at, okay, so they're going to continue the severe thunderstorm warning right here until 4:30. They did take off the tornado possible tag, so that is what we're watching. And that is basically for this storm right here. This storm, they did take off the tornado possible tag, but they do think 60-mile-per-hour winds will be possible with this storm. So far, friends down in Potosi have been doing okay. I'm not going to say that one word because it didn't work for everybody else. So, yeah, so this is the storm. Damaging wind threat is coming in with this. So, Couple power outages will be possible. I do see this getting extended downstream towards Chesterfield, Creve Coeur, Maryland Heights, St. Charles, places like those, probably down the line with this storm. But the tornado possible attack has went away, but we can still see a brief tornado. And let's take a look. This right near Monday, we are seeing some rotation right near the Monday, near the Little Indian Creek Conservation Area. So we are seeing a little bit of rotation right there. Far as the tornado warning goes for the Jerseyville area, not really seeing anything. But it does look like some intensity has started with that storm. But not really seeing anything with that storm. But make sure you're in your safe area near the Rosedale, Jerseyville, places like those. You need to be in your safe place. So it looks like they updated the tornado warning. They canceled Lincoln County out of the tornado warning. So the new radar update that we do have, it has canceled Lincoln County out of the tornado warning, and it continues towards the Jerseyville area till, let's see, it looks like till 4:45. Let's see, let's take a look. We have a hook forming. Josh is telling me somewhere. Hold on. We're getting some updates from our weather analysts here. He said he's seeing the hook and it's making them go crazy. So must be pretty good. I think he's probably talking about this one just east of Sullivan. So we'll have to watch that near the Londell area, Cedar Hill, Scottsdale down the road. But this one near the Jerseyville area, headed towards the Jerseyville, really not seeing much with this. And then here's a closer look at the storm that's moving in. Here's 64 east of 94. And you can see this is coming right down I-70 and I-64 here. So not seeing really any rotation with this. Okay, so he was talking about the St. Clair and the Monday storm is where we're seeing some broad rotation. So near the St. Clair and the Monday, we could possibly be getting a tornado warning in a little bit. So if you're near the, let's see, moving to the northeast, Catawissa, Pacific, Piney Park, Londell, Huff, and Robertsville need to watch out because we may potentially get a tornado warning here. Because we do have some broad rotation here. So this is the next spot to watch. This Jerseyville storm, not really interested, but there's some weak, very weak broad rotation. And you can see how this line has formed. Look down here, everybody. Look down here, tornado warning city. And it goes all the way down almost into Texas here, if you're curious. Let's try to get yeah, it looks like that hook just went away there. But that is what our main focus is, this storm. Well, all the storms, but this one coming down 64 here. Here's another look at that live view right there. That is crazy to look at. We're going to change. We're going to change this camera to go a little bit back down 70. Like I said, that tornado warning for Jerseyville, I'm really not too interested at the moment. So let's see if we can get a nice camera out there. Hold on, everybody. I'm looking at the cameras, seeing if there's anything crazy at the moment. Yeah, none of the cameras are really facing this storm, unfortunately. Let's go to 64. 64 probably has a good view. 64 sits a little bit high. Not seeing anything so far on the cameras, but this is the storm that's coming through the St. Charles County, O'Fallon, St. Peters area. This is where it's coming through. So that is what we're looking at the current moment. So right there is what we're seeing. So you're probably hearing a lot of noise outside, but luckily we're not having any tornado warnings. We only have a tornado warning for Jersey County up here. Jersey County, and it looks like it's about to go. Jersey County is about to go. If you're in Jersey County, it looks like it's about to go. We have a nice hook headed right towards the Rosedale area. Right towards the Rosedale area. It looks like it's about to go. Oh, wait, you guys can't see. Right at the Rosedale area is about to go. And when I say it's about to go, it's about to produce a tornado, a weak tornado. So crossing right over the river towards Rosedale. Let's see if there's any streaks. Coon Creek Road, Coon Creek Spur, Felden Hollow Road, places like those. Tornado may be dropping. A weak tornado may be dropping soon. North of Pere Marquette State Park. North of Pere Marquette State Park, it looks like it's about to go. So that is where we're watching inside the tornado warning. New update from Crawford County. Reports of penny-sized hail is just coming in. So penny-sized hail, that's about three quarters. So 0.75, if you're not sure about that. So let's go down the line here, see if we can get another good camera. Yeah, so this is probably the next closest to watch here. Okay. Yeah, the Rosedale one, we'll have to wait for the latest radar scan, but it's probably producing a weak tornado at the moment. Yeah, looks like weak tornado coming down in Rosedale. We'll have to see the correlation coefficient. Looks like we may have something dropping in the... Yeah, we may have some type of dropping down near the Rosedale area. Still radar indicated tornado warning. But it looks like we may have something dropping if it already has over to Rosedale. And you can see just like that, the hook is gone. Hook is now gone. Wouldn't be surprised if we see some isolated hail in St. Charles County, West St. Charles County. Would not be surprised on that. Thank you so much for the follows. We are currently at 952. That's crazy, everybody. We're less than 50 away from 1,000 followers. Isn't that crazy? But yeah, looks like we may have had a brief drop down in the Rosedale area. So we'll check on if there's any damage coming out of there. So we'll have to check to see if there's any weak tornado damage. Probably won't know till tomorrow. It's going to be very funny if they check for tornado damage. And it's like, they're checking for tornado damage when it's like 30 degrees outside. I just think that's kind of funny. Like, you're going to check for tornado damage when it's cold. So, that's kind of funny. Let's check on these people down near St. Clair. Looks like multiple spots of some weak rotation. Multiple spots of weak rotation will be possible. Up near Labadie and Augusta, not looking too crazy. Some heavy rain is moving through, but nothing too concerning. And let's watch this O'Fallon storm. The severe thunderstorm warning will probably get reissued out to the east as we get closer. So let's watch out for that. And, hey, everyone... 60-mile-per-hour winds have been observed. It has now been observed. This severe thunderstorm warning as tornado possible. So this tornado possible has been reported 60-mile-per-hour winds. 60-mile-per-hour winds. Let's see if we had an update on that. let's see, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Didn't say how we got that, but 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and a tornado warning is still coming towards the Jerseyville area. But I'm still watching that because it looks like we may have had a brief drop. Looks like we had a brief drop. But down near just east of St. Clair, just southwest of Pacific, it looks like we do have some broad rotation on that line of storm. So this is probably going to be the line that we have to watch next if we were to get a tornado warning. Not saying it's imminent right now, but this is where we have to watch. And let's take a look at this Jerseyville storm. Looks like the radar is updating a little bit slowly. It's not really ideal for this kind of situation. So Josh thinks that something's about to drop down here, or it's trying to drop something. So if you're near the Pacific, Catawissa, Lawndale, Lumbering, Cottage Farm, places like those, like Pacific, Great Summit, you need to watch out. Because it's trying, especially near the Pacific area, near Shaw Nature Reserve, and just south of I-44, east of I-44, and south of I-44. Looks like it's trying to do something. Checking a couple of reports here. Alright. And so a big line of storms here. Also can't watch down near the south, just north of Potosi. Looks like something is starting to get going. But let's go back to our tornado warning. Looks like it's more wind dominant than tornado on the ground. Still radar indicated. Still radar indicated. West of Wildwood. Sorry about that, everybody. Let's see. Hey, Kenny, what time do you think these storms are going to hit Wood River? Probably not too much longer, honestly. They're moving through, so I'd probably say, let's see, what time is it right now? Probably no later than 5 o'clock. Probably about 5 o'clock if it keeps going how it's going. Because it's already getting close to our area. So probably 5 o'clock, 5:30 at the latest. So that's probably when I'm thinking right there. But northern part of the line is already near. Because you're right near Wood River. Yeah. Because northern part is already over near Pere Marquette State Park in Jerseyville. So that is, yeah, probably around like 5:30. Still watching the storm down near this line of storms right there. It does look like it does have more spin to the atmosphere. So really have to watch this line. It looks like multiple places here. And about any time now, our warnings are starting to get close to the end. So we'll see if we should start getting some new warnings popping up because they're just inside threshold. Also, real quick, everybody, you can't see it on the screen, but let's see the new warning. Yeah, they just got a snow squall warning right in this area near Warrensburg. Just wanted to let you guys know that. Looks like Greene County, Illinois has reported thunderstorm wind gusts of 60 miles per hour. Says, okay, cool, thank you. I got work at 6:30. Storm should be done by then, but, you know, just check back on the live stream, see what they're looking like. Because they're getting very close to Wood River. I don't think it'll be that long, though. Yeah, temperatures behind the front already are starting to drop. Looks like we have yeah, it is currently 67 at Lambert and 52 at Washington. So there is your temperature difference there. Severe new tornado warning just got updated. Our tornado warning has just gotten updated. Just a small little part here. But it looks like it's mainly winds going away from the radar. So a lot of outbound winds. A lot of outbound winds going away from the radar. So I'm not really seeing too much of a tornado threat here. I think they're probably going to let this go, and then if anything happens, probably let it expire. So that's probably what I'm thinking with that. Unless it starts to ramp up, because it's been getting weak, and then it ramps up, and then it goes again. And that's kind of what we're watching here. So if you're just tuning in, we do have a tornado warning for Jersey County. Jersey County and Jerseyville itself is also in the tornado warning. Has been going outbound wind dominant, you know, the strong gusty winds. Not really seeing a tornado threat with this. But tornado could be possible, weak spin up tornado. And I think we may have one down in the Rosedale area. So that is what we're watching. Thank you so much for the follows so far. I really do appreciate it. I want to keep announcing it, but we're at 954. We're only less than 50 away from 1,000. And if you guys are curious, there is a giveaway at 1,000 followers. 1,000 followers, and a hint is it's something they can use for the weather. So it looks like we have a lot of multiple spots. Starting to look at this area near the Pacific, heading towards like the Six Flags area. That will have to be somewhere to watch as well. Not really seeing anything too crazy. It looks like we may have something getting going near the Lubbering area. Let's see if there's anything dropping. No, don't see any confirmed tornadoes right there. Let's see, new severe thunderstorm warning has been... Hey everybody, I think I just called out the warning again. I think we have a new warning coming in. Yeah, 424. Yeah, new warning just coming in. Let's see. I think it's for this. If it's for this, I'm going to go crazy. Because that's like every single warning so far. Also, we just got an alert that Walmart is busy right now. I assume that it probably is. Let's see. Let's take a look at this tornado warning storm. Like I said, I'm not really seeing any rotation with this. I think a severe thunderstorm warning will be just fine with the tornado possible. So, if you're in Jerseyville, make sure you're staying below underground if you have underground shelter. So, just make sure you're staying below. Then, we're really getting over the radar site here. So, it's kind of really difficult to see what's actually happening. But, it looks like they did issue a new warning. Is that a new warning or was that an update? Because I didn't see that. So it looks like we just got a wind report from Sullivan. 1 mile from Sullivan, emergency manager reports tree down into a house in Sullivan. So in Sullivan, thunderstorm wind damage, tree down into a house. Tree down into a house in Sullivan. Alright, so I did miss this one. Did miss this severe thunderstorm warnings coming out of a tornado warning here. And looks like they're canceling. So Warren, real quick, Warren County. If you're in Warren County, Pike County in Illinois, and Missouri, and Lincoln County, you are all out of a tornado watch. Tornado watch is over for those areas. But new tornado warning for the Potosi area until 5:30, 60 mile per hour winds, tornado possible with this. It was tornado warned not too long ago. It is ending up from a tornado warning to a severe thunderstorm warning. Right down here near Route 100 and Ditmer-Catawissa Road, it looks like we have something going on, some funny business. we do have a little hook. Look at that hook on the radar. We might have something trying to drop there. We have to wait. We have correlation coefficient right near this area. So right near this area, looks like we may have something dropping. And we got a new severe thunderstorm warning. New severe thunderstorm warning. New severe thunderstorm warning. And this covers 1.2 million people for tornado possible. Tornado possible severe thunderstorm warning for Jefferson County, St. Louis, and St. Louis City is now in effect. Is now in effect. A huge warning, but I think we might have something dropping just northwest of Dittmer. It looks like there may be something dropping right here. Yeah, we may have something dropping right down here. Not quite sure, but it looks like this has my attention right here. Just northwest of Dittmer, southwest of Don Robbins State Park. Getting some confirmation on that. And anybody who's in the Maryland Heights, Ben Bush, Creve Coeur, I'm actually in the warning now. No, I'm actually not in the warning. How funny is that? But the Maryland Heights, Bridgeton, you guys are in between warnings, and Chesterfield area, you guys are in between warnings as well. But it looks like something was dropping. I'm going to wait for the next update on that. But it looks like we may have something that is unwarned at this time near this northwest of Dittmer. You guys see that? You guys see how there's all red around and there's blue? That means the red is picking up the same thing, blue is picking up something different. And then there is a hook on the radar scan. So I would just watch out for that. Because we don't have any warning, but Brynsville, Cedar Hill, local, Rockford Beach, House Springs, those are the places that need to be watching. Strong light storms are going to be coming on the north part near the Rawood, Baldwin, Creve Coeur, Clayton area. So watch out for that. And then our tornado warning, let's see if it has done anything. It has not done anything. Severe thunderstorm warning has not, or tornado warning has not done anything crazy. Here's 70 at Fifi. 70 at Fifi looking out to the west. And you see a little bit of action going on. Let's take a look at, I'm going to change this camera. Washington, Missouri reported a tree down. Washington, Missouri has a tree down. And a little bit of some funky business going on near Clarkson Valley that we have to watch. A little bit of some funny business is happening near Clarkson Valley, everybody. Sound like a broken record. Let's see, I'm trying to get a camera close. Let's see. Does all the cameras that are available are just facing the wrong way? They're just facing to the west. I mean, to the east. Yeah, it's getting very dark. Headlights on down near Boone's Crossing. We got another report coming out of Union. Tree down in Union. So lots of tree damage. And hey everyone, if you're in Clarkson Valley or near Logan University, there is a hook trying to form. So I would just watch out for that. There is a hook starting to form there. Severe thunderstorm warning for St. Charles County and St. Peters, O'Fallon, Cotterville. That has allowed to expire. And finally, the National Weather Service has listened to me and they have canceled the warning for Jerseyville. I was just not seeing nothing. I was not seeing anything at all. Now this tornado warning is going into a severe thunderstorm warning for Potosi. But we have reports of Washington trees down and Union trees down, and then a tree has fell down on a house and the Sullivan area. Waiting to hear on injuries if there's any on that. So of course we'll let you know. Checking to see if there's any reports. If you have any pictures or anything, make sure you send them to me. Make sure you send them into the Facebook page. I'd love to see it. Love to see what's going on out there. Like I said, we're going to start working on our own live weather cameras. Yeah, this notch near the Clarkson Valley area, headed towards the Logan University, that'll have to be something to watch there. And then also this down here near the Brines Mill. Still looks like there's something going on, but that might be contamination at this point. John says, watching from Imperial. Imperial at the moment is fine, but this severe thunderstorm warning is a tornado possible tag, and it goes until 5:15. So 5:15 is this. The one up near Jerseyville is just a tornado possible, by the way. This tornado possible, nothing too crazy. We already seen what it could do, but I'm really watching this storm north of the Wildwood, the Baldwin area. That's an interesting place to watch right there. Not storm chasing wise, but if we had to watch for the storms. We're going to watch the Mason camera, 64 at Mason. We're going to watch this come on through. So we'll have eyes to see if there's anything right now. Let's check the velocities, see if we have any new velocity updates. A lot of contamination, a lot of like mix. Yeah, so we just got a new radar update. Still watching a couple notches, one near Sherman, near Castlewood, and one near right on top of Logan University. Those are the two that I'm watching. Tony Neal says, I am 2 miles from the airport. No activity over this way. Just dark. Yes, because the line of storms is coming through. And I had to use the restroom real quick. So just give me like 15 seconds. Give me 15 seconds to use the restroom. Okay, we are back. We are back, everybody. We are back. I told you, 15 seconds. Luckily, the bathroom is just like right down the street. Right down the street, everybody. And we do have a photo coming in. We're going to get that load up here. We're going to get that load up. Whoa, everybody. We're at 957. 957 followers. Woo! Okay, let me not go crazy. Because we did not need to go crazy about severe weather. Strong winds are coming near the St. Louis Hospital. Strong winds are coming through the St. Louis Hospital. I think we'll probably get another severe thunderstorm warning for the northern part of this. Because we do have some strong storms, maybe some small hail that's coming into the east side of St. Louis County. A little bit of gusty winds down near the Cedar Hill, Scottsdale, and the Brines Mill area. Not really seeing anything concerning unless you're by the Fox Run Golf Club. So that is what we're watching there. Wow, you guys are going crazy with the follows. Wow, you guys better stop. Okay, let me see. Let me get the photo up here. It looks like John has sent in the photo. Oh, very nice picture, John. Let's get that queued up here. This is from Imperial. Nice house, by the way. And nice house. Let's see. You might want to tell your neighbor to get the trampoline put away, because that is probably not going to be good. But you can see, look at the line of storms there. Very nice view from John. This is over here in Imperial, I assume looking west. So very nice, but that trampoline may start to fly away. And if it does, send it over towards the Creve Coeur area. I'd love to have one. So now the storms are starting to get in a more populated area, so we need to make sure we're sharing the live stream. Power outages are starting to pick up now, okay? Power outages are starting to pick up. So we need to make sure we share the live stream, because TV coverage is eventually going to be unavailable. Hearing the thunder near Potosi? Yes, you guys are right down there. Some strong winds might be moving through. Not really seeing any rotation down there. I think you'll be okay. So the Ryan Hall Department they think a tornado warning is going to be issued for the southern parts of St. Louis County near Creve Coeur, Ladue, Conway, St. Luke's. There is a high possibility that we could see a tornado warning, and I told you guys to watch out if you guys are in this area. So the Creve Coeur, Olivet, Ladue, we will be okay here at the studios. We're a little bit back here. We're just to the west of this thing. So if we do get a tornado warning, just be to the west. But we need to share the live stream. Creve Coeur, Westwood, Olivet, Ladue, Clayton, Overland, St. John, and Richmond Heights. Richmond Heights all are going to be in the potential path of the tornado warning that is going to be coming very soon. Very soon. It's right over the St. Luke's Hospital. Let's take a look at our live camera. See if we have an update on our live camera. Do we have an update on our live camera? Let's see. This is right at Mason Road. Mason Road, everybody. I'll let you know if we get a tornado warning. The guy will also talk. So right now we need to share the live stream, because I do think a tornado warning is going to be coming, and it's getting very dark here at the studios. We're here in Creve Coeur here. We're right where it switches to Chesterfield, and I am seeing the wind picking up. I'm also seeing very dark skies that are coming into the area. Hey everyone, if you're near the Creve Coeur, Westwood, right near the Missouri Baptist Medical Center and Mercy Hospital, and the Ladue area, Olivet, we are looking for a potential spin-up tornado right here. We have the hook, we have everything in the Creve Coeur area. So make sure we're sharing out this live stream, because I think this is about to go. Hey everybody, I think this is about to go. New severe thunderstorm warning for Jersey County. More tree damage coming from the Sullivan Country Club. More tree damage coming from the Sullivan Country Club. This is a very populated area, everybody. Creve Coeur, Westwood, Olivet, Ladue. We are right over here, okay? We're just west of Barnes Jewish West Hospital. So we will be okay. If you look outside, if you're near the Creve Coeur area, look outside. It's literally almost green outside. I would take your shelter. If I was you, I would take your shelter. And I don't know if you can see the shadow. It's very dark in here. Like, it's very dark. My outside lights are turning on. It is really going crazy. So you need to take your shelter here. I think you guys will be okay, but if you're near the Creve Coeur, Frontenac, Ladue, Olivet area, you need to take your, I would take your shelter. Take your shelter. They're waiting as long as they can, because it's a very populated area. It's a very populated area. Now we have very heavy rain. We have very heavy rain and wind here. We're just outside of this warning near the Barnes Jewish West Hospital. I would take your shelter, everybody. Share the live stream. Please share the live stream. At any point that I told you to share it, this is the time to share the live stream, everybody. Move away from your windows. We need some type of warning on this. We have heavy rain. We have blinding rain. Rain curtains coming down from the sky here in the Creve Coeur area. And we have no warning. We just have a severe thunderstorm warning. We have nothing picking up on the ground for the radar, but it has a new radar update near the Westwood crossing 270. Let's get 270 camera up. We need 270 camera up. No, you guys will be okay. We need 270 at Ladue. We will be okay. We are okay at the studios. Let me go back. Let me go back. We have hail here at the studios. We have hail. Here, I'm not sure what camera it is, but look at the bottom right. Okay, well, hold on everybody, hold on. We're trying to get visual. We're trying to get visual. Get away from the window. Don't be at the window. That's not what we do in tornado warnings, severe thunderstorm warnings. We have hail here at the studios. Let's see. Right at Ladue. Not seeing anything at Ladue. Do we have anything at 64? Here, let's take a look, everybody. Here is south of Clayton looking towards the north. I think something it should be going. Yeah, we have pea-sized hail here at the studios. We are okay. We're out of the rotation. We're not in the rotation. No warning for this. This is crazy. We do have a hook. We'll have to do some investigating tomorrow. But if you're anywhere near the Creve Coeur, Westwood, Frontenac, Ladue, Olivet area, Clayton, it's just a very highly populated town. That's why there is no warnings. Oh, I don't have it loaded up. Yeah. The studio camera is under construction right now. The studio camera for outside is under construction. But I can see right now, rain has calmed down a little bit. Wind has calmed down. Looks like we're on the backside. But wow, that was crazy, everybody. So if you're near the Frontenac, Ladue, Clayton, Olivet, U City, that's what we're doing. There is currently no tornado warning, everybody. But there may have been something happening. We may have had something. So if you know anybody along 64 near Missouri Baptist University, Conway, let me know if you saw anything. Looks like it's going right down 64. So we need to get cameras on 64. Josh is saying that this is the storm that we need to be watching. So let me pull up the cameras. Let's see if we can go down the line here. Let's get sitting at Lindbergh. Yeah, there should have been a tornado warning for that. I don't know why there's not a tornado warning for that. We have one near Creve Coeur, and now we have a potential another one forming near Kirkwood. I don't know. I know it's a populated area, and you don't want to scare people, but I'd rather have the tornado warning than not have nothing. These are quick spin-up tornadoes. This is how we had damage the last time. Just around like the Kirkwood area. Look at the Kirkwood area now. If you're near the Kirkwood. Like I said, these are going really fast. Even we have multiple meteorologists claiming that there should have been a tornado warning. Yeah, we had very high winds. Let me see if my weather station caught anything. Yeah, we had looks like a 40-mile-per-hour wind gust. So, but now I'm watching. Let me get back. We're not going to look at the cameras. Let's get back to radar. Back to radar here, because now I'm watching this hook near the Kirkwood area. Kirkwood will probably be the next one to go. If you're behind it now, it's all... And now they decide to issue the tornado warning? Are you serious? Now you decide to issue the tornado warning. You just now decide to issue the tornado warning. How unbelievable is this? Tornado warning, everybody. Radar indicated tornado warning for St. Louis County and St. Louis City. Share the live stream. We were talking about this for a while. The tornado warning was 3 years too late. But like I said, Kirkwood, Ladue, Clayton, this tornado warning is now including 770,000 people. We need to share the warning right now. Share the warning right now because we had high winds. We may have a brief spin up come right here close to the studio. But there is multiple areas of rotation. Multiple areas of rotation that's coming into the downtown St. Louis area. All of St. Louis County is under a tornado warning. Most of St. Louis County is now under a tornado warning. Yes, tornado warnings are going off. Yes, we need to share the live stream immediately. We don't have any damage here, but I assume there's probably something. We have been talking about this tornado warning. Go back for a while. There should have been a tornado warning. But we do have tornado warning. The whole line from Maryland Heights down through Creve Coeur, all the way down to Fenton, all of it has a chance of producing a tornado. All of it has a chance of producing a tornado. We're going to try to get a camera, but we're not focused on the camera. We need to focus on sharing the live stream and letting everybody know what's happening. Because we may have just had a tornado on Warren and National Weather Service fell asleep. I don't know what they were waiting for. Like I said, I was wanting a tornado warning. Look at the winds here. Look at the winds here at Watson Road. Look at the winds here. It looks like we may have either strong gust of winds. Camera is going out. Strong gust of winds. And it looks like we may have a funnel cloud being reported. Looks like we may have a funnel cloud reported, I assume, near the Kirksville area. This is right here at Watson. Look at the rain curtains here. Look at the rain curtains. Traffic is slowing down. You need to pull off the side of the road. You need to go inside and seek shelter immediately. We are safe. We are safe here at the studio. All of us are accounted for at the studio. We are receiving damage at 141 and 40 right now. Okay. I'll get to that in just a second. I'm going to look at radar. I need to keep radar up. I'll look at photos in a second. But right near the Kirksville area, this is at Watson Road. This is at Watson Road is where we're looking at. Look at the rain curtains. Strong winds coming through. Do we have confirmation of tornado on the ground? Looks like we may have something by the barn. This is north of Deerbergs on Watson Road. We may have something right there, right at the Watson Road, and that would line up with what we're seeing. Yes, tornado warning is also in Jennings. Everybody's in a tornado warning. St. Louis, Clayton, all of us are in tornado warnings. You're hearing the siren, but I really do think it's down near the Crestwood area. Let me find some cameras, everybody. Give me just a second. I'm overriding our system, so just give me just a second. Let's see, Big Ben. Let's see, hopefully we can get a camera that goes to the west. If anybody knows the MoDOT phone number, call them and tell them Highway 44 needs cameras to the west. Highway 44 needs cameras near the west, near the Kirkwood area. They need to turn their cameras so we can see it. So this is still radar indicated, but I think we probably have multiple droppings right now. Multiple brief spin-ups. Yeah, here, look at Lindbergh. Heavy rain at the Lindbergh. This is a little bit behind it, but you can see how powerful this is. Not really seeing anything by the Clayton. My main focus is around the Kirkwood area. Kirkwood, Wester Groves, Richmond Heights. Let me show you back on the radar. Kirkwood, Marlboro, Crestwood, all these places need to go underground right now. Underground right now. If you're anywhere in this tornado warning, get underground right now. It's either fast, quick, spin up tornadoes. You're not going to have a lot of time to see it. You're not going to have a lot of time to see these tornado warnings. Tornado warning did get issued a little bit late, so we need to be in our shelter, everyone. Hey, Kanan, if there's a way you can turn your video vertical, it's not going to show it. Turn it horizontal, and then I'll show it. But you can see here, we'll wait for the next velocity scan. We're waiting for the next velocity scan, everybody. Look on the screen. It needs to be turned. Severe thunderstorm warnings still continues. Tornado warning still continues. Yes, we are safe. We are safe here at the studio, everybody. Everybody is accounted for here at the studio. We are safe. It is past us. Looks like it's starting to lift. It looks like it's starting to lift here. Any rotation that we did have near the Crestwood area, almost near the Grants Farm area. That is not really, it's really not good when the radar's not updating that well, but heavy rain near the Clayton area, you city area, we're not really worried about you, okay? You guys will be okay. Heavy wind, we're really just worried about the Afton, Marlboro area, okay? And the Melville area. If you have any reports, we want you to be underground, but if you can hear anything or send me anything safely, send it to me right now. This is a view at Arsenal. Here's a live view, or here's the picture coming in from the Arsenal. Assume it's from the TV station, but looks like not really seeing too much in there right now. Looks like main rotation is right near the Afton area, right near Route 30. Right near Route 30 over Afton, near the New St. Margaret Cemetery. That's where we're looking at right here. Have to also watch down near the Imperial area now. Imperial area is now showing some possible rotation near the Imperial area. If you're near the Imperial, I think, John, I would go under shelter. Go in your shelter right now. You have a little hook forming just to the west of you. I would take your shelter now. That hill that we see? Okay. Worst of it has passed Maryland Heights, Chesterfield, you're good. Wildwood, you're good. Pacific, Union, Sullivan, Warrenton, Troy, all those places are good right now. Just the east side near St. Louis, we have the tornado warning. We have the tornado warning. Imperial looks like it's about to go. Imperial looks like it's about to go. If you're in Imperial, you need to take shelter. I would take shelter if I was in Imperial. I'm trying to stay relaxed, but National Weather Service just issued that way too late. Way too late. We were talking about that for a while before that started. As there should have been a tornado warning. Right near the Afton area is where we're looking at. Crawford and Franklin County in Missouri and Calhoun are now out of the tornado watch. Okay, video, we'll play the video in just a second, what we had moments ago. Oh, just a picture a moment ago at the studios. We'll get that loaded up here in just a second. But Imperial, you're about to go. When I say you're about to go, it means get in your shelter. Get in your shelter if you're in Imperial. I would if I was you. Eastbound 44. Okay, we got that. Yeah, that's where we were watching there. Looks like the main hook is near the Afton area. It's going to update, so probably near the New St. Marcus Cemetery. Let's see, the Schnooks on Gravois towards the city, just east of Afton is where it's going. We have Hale and Overland, Breezy Breesif. Hello, Bree. Yes, hail is possible. This storm is intensifying, but it's more of a hail and wind threat at that point up north. So, not really seeing a tornado threat with that. But we're going to have to do some storm damage surveys. Because I think we had a couple droppings. But the Imperial, we're still waiting on a new velocity update. Okay, it looks like it went away. So Imperial, looks like you're okay for now. Almost forgot you guys down in Potosi, but it looks like you guys are doing alright. You guys are okay. The main part is right here. New by Nico's Grocery Grill and the Shelley's house. And Rankin Technical Community College is where we're seeing the front part of this storm. Strong winds, not quite tornado, but tornado is more earlier. More of a hail threat to the north. So Normandy, near Bell Ridge, just east of 170, right over the airport. Airport's probably having delays. Right near the airport. Mom said it was very windy and heavy rain here. No hail for us. Okay. Real quickly, I just want to thank all the followers so far. We're at 963. That is crazy. We had 11 followers so far this live stream. So that is crazy amount. Almost near 1,000 followers. So that is crazy. So thank you so much so far for everybody following. It looks like the Afton area, near the Snooks, near the 55, near the China King. We have to watch down there. But two hooks. The main hook is we're watching near Page. What is that street? Page and Kings Highway. Page and Kings Highway. And just because it's not towards you yet, the radar is slowly updating. So the storm is still moving. So we need to watch out. I will watch out in Granite City on the Illinois side just in case a tornado would be possible. So I would just watch out. Yeah, not quite sure what took them so long. Starting to get windy and dark here. Yes, up in Wood River, you are more of a... wait, hold on. Hold on, Wood River. Okay, you guys, near the Alton area looks okay right now. But it's more, it looks like a damaging wind threat for the Wood River. I know, isn't that awesome? Huge amount of support this live stream. I really do appreciate it. And so far, I'm going to have to watch the live stream back, but so far we have called out a lot of the warnings. We have called out a lot of the warnings before they even happened. So that is very good. I'm going to have to watch the live stream back. Down near Peefly, you're going to watch out. Lots of areas of rotation near the Imperial. John said lots of rain in Imperial, no hail. The Peefly area, watch out in Peefly. Watch out in Peefly. Lots of quick spin-ups. That's what we were talking about yesterday, everyone. Lots of quick spin-ups. Not a lot of time here. See how quick that went through before we got our tornado warning? Like I said, not a lot of time. Not a lot of time for what's going on. Checking to see if there's any reports. Looks like a lot of pea-sized hail was coming through. But so far, we're not receiving any damage yet. Huge new severe thunderstorm warning just coming in. Huge new severe thunderstorm warning. Obviously, with tornado possible, it does cover Wood River, by the way. Tornado warnings in 13 minutes is about to expire. When did they last update this? At 4:47, so it's been a little bit. But it looks like it's getting ready to cross the river. Some strong winds coming near the Safeway Food Market off near Hall Street, close to 70 right there. Mackenzie is saying hail and Ladue. The hail should be ending right now, but if you're talking about earlier, I appreciate that report. But tornado possible, 60-mile-per-hour wind indicated for the Illinois side, Madison, Monroe, and St. Clair. You guys are all in a severe thunderstorm warning with tornado possible. Wildwood, Chesterfield, Pacific, all those places that I just named, Union, Warrenton, Troy, you guys are out of the severe weather. You guys are good. You guys are good. Pacific, Wildwood, Chesterfield, St. Charles, O'Fallon, Grafton. You guys are just okay. You guys are good. Tornado watch should be canceling. And they canceled the tornado watch. I don't know if that was a glitch, but they canceled the tornado watch while we have a tornado warning ongoing outside of the tornado watch. So that's interesting. So no tornado watch on the Missouri side, everyone. Main tornadoes are to the south. It looks like this storm is going to south of Potosi, so that's okay. But we need to watch. It looks like we have another hook coming up right near the fairground. Right near 70. Let's see if we can get a camera. We're going to run out of cameras because we don't have any, and we don't have any cameras near. Let's see. Yeah, so here's right near Union Boulevard down near the city and the north part of the city. This is where it could be closed for the rotation is. Heavy rain. Looks like it's a little bit windy right there, but we are not seeing any tornado activity, but we are getting some CC drops right by the Loves. That is right there on 70 over there. You know where I'm talking about? Like the Broadway Ford, the 70, Safeway, all those places right before you get to the river is what I'm talking about. So it looks like we have another little hook coming right near 55 and just north of Holly Hills Drive, the crossover. 70 and Grand camera. Okay, let me check the 70 and Grand camera. Where is, okay, here's, Grand is not loading. Yes. Here is Cary Avenue. You can see Cary Avenue, not too sure where that is, but a decent amount of rain and lightning and thunder. Granite City just went, hello. Granite City, you might want to take a shelter. No. Not yet. Yeah, new tornado warning. I told you, Granite City. New tornado warning, because I knew it. Granite City. Granite City, you're in a tornado warning. Radar indicated tornado warning till 5:45. 5:45 tornado warning. If you know anybody on the Illinois side, especially around the Granite City area, I was telling you guys just before the warning came out, another tornado warning that we called out. So Granite City is going. We don't have any cameras over there, so we can't show you. But right near Pontoon Beach, huge tornado warning that goes all the way towards Pocahontas, Highland, Collinsville, Glen Carbon, Edwardsville. Wood River, you're just outside the tornado warning. Wood River, you're just outside the tornado warning. Granite City is going. Granite City is going right now. Doesn't look like we have any confirmation right now on the radar, but Granite City is going. Look at the hook on the velocities. Right near Grand Avenue, the Gateway Regional Medical Center, all the way through Granite City High School, Lake Elementary School, U.S. Steel Ball Fields, Tube City, all those places. If it sounds familiar, you need to take a shelter right now. Like I said, there's going to be very little warning to these. I was telling you guys yesterday that we need to treat all thunderstorm warnings as tornado warnings. We need to treat, oh, let me go back to radar so you guys can see that. Here you guys go. Sorry about that. Tornado warning. Yeah, tornado warning. Yeah, not sure why they issued it a little bit late. But tornado warning for the Granite City area. Granite City area is going. Granite City is probably producing a tornado. Huge amount of hail coming towards the Wooded River over the Spanish Lake area. Crossing over 270 right now. Multiple cars are pulled off the side of the highway on 70 at Cary and McKinley. Multiple cars are pulled off to the side of the road. Yes, I apologize. Radar is back up. Granite City is going right now. It's probably going to update. New severe thunderstorm warning for the Bonne Terre area. That looks like it's trying to go, but looks like it's all outbound. Some broad rotation near the Fountain, Valmeyer, Waterloo area. So, like I said, all these thunderstorm warnings, I would just take shelter. If you're in a thunderstorm warning, just take shelter. National Weather Service just a little bit late today. So if I call out your area, take shelter, please. Let's wait for the latest radar update here near Granite City. You can see a couple cars were pulling underneath the overpass. Do not stop on the highway. Please do not stop on the highway. You're going to cause other problems than a tornado. So do not stop on the highway, please. Pull off the side of the highway, not on the highway. Cahokia is about to go. Hey everyone, Cahokia, St. Louis Downtown Airport is about to go. It's in the tornado warning, but it's about to go. You need to be in your shelter already. Cahokia is about to go. Centralville, Woodcrest. That tornado is about to go. Granite City looks like it included for now. So Granite City, but Glen Carbon, we still need to be in our safe place. Centralville, we need to watch out. Multiple notches downstairs near east of Peevely, just west of Fountain and Valmeyer. I would be in your safe place too. Another tornado possible warning as well. Keep going downstairs near Platson and Danbury. Not really seeing anything that looks concerning at the moment. Potosi, you're good as well. Potosi, you are good right now. But Granite City looks like it's trying to recycle again. East of Granite City, I would take your shelter right now. Once again, I do appreciate all the follows so far. 964 is crazy, everybody. Huge hail threat behind it, behind the rotation in Granite City. Huge hail threat behind the rotation in Granite City. But multiple lines, like I said, Centralville is about to go. It's already in the tornado warning, but the sirens are not going to sound. But we need to take the precautions. The whole Missouri side, unless you're in Festus, if you're south of Arnold, you still need to be paying attention. Everybody up and west of Arnold, you're okay. West of Arnold, you're okay. Power outages have gone up as well. 2,000 customers in Missouri are now without power. So that is one thing as well. Once again, please do not stop on the highway. Please do not stop on the highway. You're just causing more problems for everybody else. They're not going to see you. Yes, please do not stop on the highway. Please do not be them. You guys need to pull off the side of the highway on the off-ramp or on-ramp, not on the highway. Let's go back to this, the radar. Because heading to Pontoon Beach is about to drop. Another one's about to drop. We have a hook forming again. We have a small one forming again. Another small one. If you're near Pontoon Beach, another one's about to drop. I'm glad they issued this tornado warning. Down near the Columbia Millstadt area, I would just watch out right now. Nothing too concerning at the moment. Park Hills near Farmington, I know we have a couple people down there. Some broad rotation. Looks like we could get something going, but it's a little bit messy right now. High winds high winds right now, but I'm not really seeing any rotation with that. Maybe near New Hanover. New Hanover, I will watch out. But strong winds headed towards the Pontoon Beach. And it's probably already over to Pontoon Beach. So let's call out Glen Carbon. Huge amount of hail coming towards the Wood River area. Okay, so at 4:48, there was a funnel cloud near the DeSoto area. That was a while ago. But there was a funnel cloud that was reported 1 mile northeast of DeSoto. So that's probably when I was telling you it was near coming into the Imperial. No, no, I wasn't even watching that one. So that was a delayed report. They had rotating clouds and funnel clouds. Everything is going to be rotating. There's just a lot of spin in the atmosphere. We have to watch the storm near Millstadt because that looks like it could go too. But the main one is right here in Glen Carbon, headed towards Glen Carbon. New tornado warning. I told you it was going to go. Right here, headed towards St. Genevieve and Bloomsdale. Another tornado warning. This is radar indicated. Not seeing anything on the ground right now. But right east of Park Hills, going towards Route D and Salem School Road. If you're near that area, you need to be underground, away from windows. That's going to be headed towards the Illinois side near Ellis Grove. I know we have a follower over here. Yeah, nothing in Wood River, Tasha. Yeah, it's going to be hail in Wood River. Wood River is seeing a lot of hail. The hail core's right on top of you and right on top of East Alton. Yeah, Glen Carbon is going. I know how busy it is, and I'm still calling out the tornado warnings. I feel pretty proud of myself, so thanks, Dad. So it looks like the storm should be out of our area. The warning goes until about 5:45, so the warning should be almost done. Eventually, if anybody ever wants to host a weather camera at your place for the Illinois side, I would really appreciate it. Just so we can get some live visuals, because kind of running out of spots for live cameras. It looks like we may have a drop near Pontoon Beach. This on the east side of 111 here. Possible drop inside the tornado warning. Maybe some air that's going into the storm. Yeah, Glen Carbon, sirens going off. Yeah, I would take shelter all the way near the Coon Station, Edwardsville. But maybe, most likely, let me get some call outs here for you guys. The Glen Carbon Fire Station, Glen Carbon Heritage Museum, the elementary school, the East 30 Mobile Home Park. All those places are in the path of this tornado. Another possible drop near the bluff side. Another possible drop, some broad rotation coming through, headed towards the Westview and the Belleville area, so watch out for that. Currently not tornado warned, but it's tornado possible, so keep an eye out on that. Looks like it'll pass to the north of Millstadt. And I think that's funny, Josh just told me, he said, talk about the Millstadt. Let's see, you're doing great. I like watching your weather channel. You call out the warnings before the others do. Well, I really do appreciate that. Please don't make me blush right now. Please don't make me blush right now, Tasha, but I really do appreciate that. Sarah is also coming in with a generous comment saying, thank you for going live in South County, Missouri. I'm glad you made it out alive, and I'm glad we were able to provide live coverage, and I appreciate the follow. Let's check on the storm east of Park Hills, everyone. A little bit more tight rotation near east of Park Hills going to the Rocky Ranch, near Hill Road and Rocky Ranch, Lake Wanda Lee. So if you're anywhere near those, you need to watch out for that. Yeah, so the rotation is right over Glen Carbon right now, just west of the Anderson Hospital and Glen Carbon. Alarms have went off in Belnor area. Is that in Missouri? If you're in St. Louis County, St. Charles County, all those places, you're good. You're good. Tornado warning has been canceled. Yeah, St. Genevieve's probably going to go. It's a more high favorable area. Very tight rotation, just north of Mill. So that's probably going to go. So we need to watch out Ellis Grove Evansville. We do have a couple people over there. Look at the temperatures. It's currently 47 degrees back over here in Missouri. Glen Carbon is still going. So if you're near the IHOP near Glen Carbon Road, it is not time to get your stack of pancakes. You need to be in the bathroom if you're at the IHOP. Don't worry, they serve breakfast and lunch and dinner all day. We will be okay. So just take a break and take shelter because you're in a warning. Also, if you're near the Glen Carbon Heritage Museum, you need to be under shelter. If you're at the Walmart Supercenter, you need to be in your shelter as well. Park Hills and Bonne Terre about to drop. Yeah, it has more tight rotation right there. Looks like we have 2 areas of rotation. Yeah, 2 possible drops coming toward Bloomsdale. Bloomsdale and Kinsey. Let's see if we can get. I don't have the cameras wired up for that. Sirens are still going off just because you're still in the tornado warning, but you guys are okay. Wood River, I promise you guys are okay. Wood River is okay, I promise. Thank you so much for the follow. I really do appreciate it. We're currently at 965. This is amazing. Glad I can help you guys out. Someone sent me a private message and said that I was the only independent local weather page live streaming. And if you're new here, we go live for all. We go, hey everyone, didn't I just tell you about this storm near the Valmeyer and the Millstadt area? Didn't I just tell you guys about that? To take shelter if you were over there. And now look what we have. We have a tornado warning. Near the Glen Carbon area, we need to still watch out. We need to watch out. Waterloo, you need to be underground. We actually have some decent rotation coming through the Waterloo area. So if you're near the Capitol Theater, anywhere in downtown Waterloo, the high school, everywhere in Waterloo, you need to be underground. You need to be downstairs, tuned into our live stream. Let me read the comments. It looks like we have a couple comments coming through. It says Farmington looks okay. Let's see. Gina says, if you're at the IHOP, put your pancakes down. Yeah, literally. Tornadoes waited for you to get a fresh haircut. Oh, yes, they did. Look at this haircut. Hair by Taylor. Check her out. Did good. Oh, see, I told you this one was going to go. I told you this was going to go right near the mill area. It has another hook on it. So if you're near Bloomsdale and St. Genevieve, you need to watch out, everyone. Look at the Millstadt area. Near Boleysville. Boleysville. Another potential drop. We have 2 areas of rotation. 2 areas of rotation on top of Waterloo right now. On top of Waterloo right now. So, I told you already to get in your shelter. You should be in your shelter right now. Florissant is good right now. Just light rain. Nothing to worry about. Florissant is okay. If you just have light rain right now, you are done with the severe weather threat. Severe weather threat is over for almost everywhere in Missouri except if you're down near the St. Genevieve and the Bloomsdale area. So basically you need to watch out if you're just south of Festus, Bloomsdale, Zell, St. Genevieve, and if I didn't say your county, it means you're okay. This light rain is going to be taken over, and then we're going to see some snow chance. So it's not too long till we see the snow, everyone. Thank you, Rebecca, for the follow. I really do appreciate it. You guys, 14 follows this live stream is crazy. And I promise we'll always provide ad-free live coverage. We won't throw an ad in your face, and we're not here to take your money. We're going to be here providing free live coverage, ad-free, as long as we're needed. And if, like I said, if you're new here, we do this all the time for any severe storm that we're able to. We're always here for live coverage. So you can count us for discussions, videos, posts, everything we do here at Team Kenny Weather. We even made videos while we were down in Gulf Shores. So we had 2 areas of rotation right over Waterloo and Bowleyville, heading towards the Smithton and the Hecker, and eventually near the New Athens and the Mascoutah area. These warnings are slowly getting out of our coverage area. So once they get close, right near the Highland area is when we'll wrap up the live stream. Temperature, the last reported temperature that we had was 47 degrees, 46.9. 46.9. Also want to give a huge shout out to my girlfriend Kanan. She is making all the posts and make sure everything's running smoothly, and to make sure I'm not freaking out and going crazy. So make sure you put W's in the chat for Kanan because she's really doing a good job. The tornado is north of Farmington. North of Farmington is the tornado, so you're probably hearing the warnings because you are in the tornado warning, but it's just to the northeast of you. So Farmington is okay. Wouldn't be surprised if we get a new warning on the other side of the river. So like I said, Ellis Grove, need to watch out. Up here towards the north, kind of getting rain wrapped. Not really seeing anything up here. Mostly a hail threat with this line of storms. Moving towards the east, not really seeing anything. But behind the front, I just realized that the warning system down below is broken. Too many warnings, couldn't keep up. Let's see if we can refresh it. So hopefully it should be refreshing. As I'm going to refresh here. So the storm's gone over Waterloo. We'll check to see if we have any drops. Any damage picking up on the radar. Not seeing anything. Not really seeing any major hooks right now. The main one is near the Bloomsdale area. Huge lightning and thunder in South County. Yeah, it's moving through, so you're probably seeing it in Illinois. Up north, our friend near Jerseyville and all those places, you guys were good. So, but in my personal opinion, National Weather Service waited too late. Way too late to issue that tornado warning. And they tried not to, just because it's a large populated area. But I think it was way too late. We were calling the tornado warning at least 5-10 minutes before they issued it. So, I am very happy with all of our warnings that we have called out. So it looks like we have a new severe thunderstorm warning, or it looks like it got trimmed. So there is currently, there is still huge lightning flashes here. Looks like the only storm that we have to watch is this down to the south, is north of Farmington. But all of our Missouri folks are good. Just some light rain wrapping up. Maybe a couple thunderstorms, but the severe weather is good. This is just the cold front moving through. This is the cold front right here. Where the line of storms are, that's the cold front. Because look, 55 on the other side in Illinois, 47 on the other side. And it's going to keep dropping. Look at the winter storm warnings. Winter storm warnings and advisories right near the Boonville, Columbia area. So, let's do the recap what we got here. Looks like we have some rotation to south of Coon Station, right along 270, switching over to 70, I should say. Going out east towards Highland, so watch out in Highland and Grand Fork and Marine. That's where I will be watching out. Waterloo doesn't look totally impressive right now. Nothing else really. Near Roachtown, near South Illinois Street that goes down to Smithton, I will watch out if you're along there. The storm near Bloomsdale is going a little bit crazy still. But we still have tornado warnings in effect, everybody. Troy is good. Snow in Columbia, I would not be surprised. It's going to be windy still, everybody. It's not the thunderstorm. It's going to be windy. We still have our wind advisory until... I think we have our wind advisory till, I believe, 12 midnight. Tornado watch is still scrolling at the bottom of the screen for our area, but not really. Oh, it's still in effect. Okay, it's still in effect. But that should be trimmed very shortly. Tornado watch should be trimmed very shortly. Looks like we have another one. It's out of our area, but near Mount Olive. I would watch out. More of a straight line wind threat right now. Not seeing any notches at this time. New severe thunderstorm warning for the Redbud, Sparta, Ellis Grove, Baldwin, and Illinois, and the Marissa. Chris Higgins has also reported that there were 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts in Madison County near Collinsville. Yeah, not sure what I said, but we're at 966 on the followers. So that is crazy, everybody. So once it gets towards, let's say the Muscuda, once it gets to Muscuda, St. Liboire, and the Highland area, after it gets to those places, we will wrap up our live coverage. So once it gets those. Has the worst part passed Festus? Festus is good. Festus is good now. It was like one of those days, it's like, do you turn on the air conditioning to cool off, or do you just wait a couple hours and, you know, let it go by? And just let it heat up and then naturally cool down. Storms crossing 55 right now near St. Genevieve. Could be little something action, but it looks like there's some rotation. Tornado warning is appropriate. We're gonna, while we have a minute, let's see. That was very small hail. That was very small hail. This is what was outside the studio during that time. Very small hail. You can see right on their deck, and yes, that is a lake out there. Dad says, great job. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You're just in light rain, Ethan. Just light rain. You're good for the night. Severe weather threat's over. You're good. All the weather's east and south of you. So you're just fine. We haven't had any confirmed tornadoes from the radar. At least from the National Weather Service. But I assume there will be some coming out tomorrow. And also, everybody, I have been busy today. I did manage to get the weather video done. So that's going to be coming out at 7 p.m. Looks like 1 mile north of Farmington, there's a 60-mile-per-hour wind gust at 418. 60-mile-per-hour wind gust at 418. And I'm going to check to see if there's any photos that we have permission to show. Or see if there's any damage. Not seeing any... Yeah, it does not look like we're seeing any damage reports at the moment. Lots of high wind reports. So that is what we're looking at. But 3 tornado warnings still remain. So if you're in the tornado warning, we still want you in your shelter, everybody. New thunderstorm warning is for Bond and Montgomery County, and we had a huge lightning strike. Is Granite City good? Granite City is good. Granite City, you are good. Yeah, snowing in Columbia. I do believe that. Tasha says it's safe for me to go to work. My husband and I cleaned 3 buildings, one in Granite City, one in Maryville, and one in Troy. Yes, Granite City is good. Not quite sure where Maryville is. But if it's east, if it's in a tornado warning, no. And then you have one up in Troy. You know, let me search. Let me search here. Hold on, Tasha. I'll let you know real quick. Let me look up the Illinois. Oh, we're not going. You're not in Troy, Alabama. Not sure why I just did that. Okay, let's go to Troy, Illinois. Troy is in the tornado warning right now. Yeah, not right now. Not right now. You can go clean the Granite City one, but don't do the Troy and Maryville. So the Granite City one will be okay, but by the time you get done at Granite City cleaning, then you can go east to the Troy and Maryville. But definitely do not do the Troy one. It's still in the tornado warning. And it's like right on top of Troy right now. But Granite City for the Sonia, Granite City's good. Granite City is also good for cleaning service. Tornado warning near the Smithton area. Let's check on that. Oh yeah, it does have a little hook going towards the Freeburg and the Mascoutah area. So watch out for that. If you're in the Freeburg, not a lot of people live over there. But if you're near the Freeburg First Baptist Church, High Street, White Street, St. Clair Street, all those places, there you go. And hey everyone, didn't I tell you that there was going to be a tornado warning for the Evansville, Ellis Grove area? Well, it just got issued. Tornado warning on top of a severe thunderstorm warning. Because look at the rotation. Not quite sure why they got rid of it. But if you're near the Red Bud, Ellis Grove, not really the Ellis Grove area right now, but it's possible. And then right near Route 3 where it goes to Ruma, you know where that is? Baldwin, Illinois, not Missouri, and the Red Bud area. Places like those need to be in shelter as radar indicated tornado is still possible. And that's eventually going to head off to the Sparta area. Tasha says, thank you, we always clean that one last. Yeah, I would say the Troy for last. And to start at Granite City first. And just take your time. And then you'll be good by the time you get to Maryville and Troy. The geese are honking out here, so it must be done in the Creek Court area. I hear the geese going crazy. So we're slowly getting to the edge of our coverage area. Once they get into where all these warnings end, that is where our coverage area is. Yeah, it looks like right near Freeburg. Right near Freeburg, everyone. It's all Illinois at this point, everyone. It's crossing 55 into the other side of the river. So, the Missouri threat, if you're watching, Missouri threat is over. Missouri threat is over. It's all Illinois right now. Multiple areas of rotation. That's why we have almost 4 tornado warnings. Because there's rotation everywhere on this line, especially near Smithton, headed towards the New Athens, where 159 and 156 meet, over to Hecker, over to Red Bud, and the Ruma, Evansville, and down to the Ellis Grove area. All those places. Yeah, it looks like the main concern for this storm is near the Red Bud area. Looks like they're going to continue the tornado warning for Monroe and St. Clair. The one that's over Freeburg right here. That's a good suggestion to keep it going. I support that decision. Because it looks like it says west of Freeburg. Let's see, it's not even raining where I am right now. I'm just south of Festus. Yeah, that is true. It's moving off to the east. But some light rain could follow. Maybe some thunderstorms on the backside, but I think we should be okay. And why we had the tornado warnings? Let me check the future radar, just make sure we're all good. I mean, we should be, but I'll just double check. Just to make sure you guys are okay, I will double check. So, yeah, we still have a couple tornado warnings, but the Missouri side is done. Missouri side is done. Yeah, it looks like we can have some additional development on the backside, what it's doing right now, but yeah, no severe weather. No severe weather. So all this rain that you see back here, it'll be just fine. So it looks like the warnings are slowly going out. Red bud dropping. Potential drop near red bud. Quick spin up near red bud. Yeah, quick spin up near red bud. Quick spin up near towards the Hecker area. They were so conservative with the tornado warnings, and now it's just crazy. Tornado warning was allowed to expire up north near Edwardsville towards Pocahontas. All those places up there are good. So we're just left with 2 tornado warnings. The third one doesn't count. Once again, I do appreciate all the follows this live stream. I think this is the most followers we got per live stream. We're at 968 right now. That is crazy, everyone. Under 40 away. Almost under 30 from 1K. That's crazy. And we will have a 1K special. We will have a 1K special. Yeah, so they canceled the tornado warning for Madison and St. Clair County in Illinois, so that's good news. There's one nearby Evansville and Marigold. That has some broad rotation. So probably by the time it gets to just a little bit longer, probably at 6 p.m., we'll probably wrap up the live stream. John says, thank you for what you do. Little ones appreciate it as well. Oh, well, that's nice. You know, I really do appreciate that comment. I'm glad the little ones enjoy the live weather coverage. So, yeah, we'll probably wrap up the live stream around 6 p.m. Because towards the south here, we don't really have a lot of followers down here. So, and we were live for a pretty good chunk of time. It's already 5 o'clock. So this monitoring. On the back side, yeah, temperatures continue to drop. It's going to be very cold in the morning. You guys will see that in about a couple hours. Just checking to see if we have any damage reports. Once again, our team did very well calling out early warnings. Josh did a great job. Josh was calling out lots of warnings. So we were very ahead of the storms, and that's what we like to do here at Team Kenny Weather. Yeah. Yeah, that is a good point that you guys made. That you guys are going to get to know me very well because we're going to spend a lot of time. I'm going to spend a lot of time on your TV and phone screen. So we're going to get to know each other very well if you're new. Let's check the rotation. It looks like one's about to drop near New Athens. Near New Athens, especially Redbud, on top of the Redbud at Morris Park Center. And the Redbud Regional Hospital. Hopefully everybody's and the shelter. These tornado warnings go for about half hour. I'm probably not gonna stay on for a half hour. Probably stay on just a little bit longer. Yeah, it looks like some rotations picking up near the Evansville, Illinois. So I will watch out if you're in Sparta as well, especially New Athens. And near on top of Freeburg is still going. And now the radar just update. We have to wait for the velocities to update. Looks like they're expiring most of the severe thunderstorm warnings from McCupin, Illinois, and from Reynolds. So those just got expired. So it's supposed to enhance. It's supposed to go a little bit more crazy. You can see the line goes all the way down to Texas. So the line of severe weather, and look, we got stuck with the tornadoes. And I told you, I said the quiet word. I said the quiet word, and look what happened. I said it was going to be quiet. It was a little bit rough, a little bit slow to get going. So yeah, some parts of St. Louis County did not hear the tornado warnings only because they changed the zone. So if it's in St. Louis County, if you're in a certain zone, you will hear the tornado siren going off. Yeah, not seeing a lot of. Let's see, St. Genevieve's reporting thunderstorm wind damage, tree debris blocking part of Highway D north of Highway O. So that was at 5:15, so that was about a half hour ago. So like I said, we have more wind damage reports than tornado reports, so that is very good news. Power outage update before we head off soon. Illinois is starting to pick up 11,000 without power. Biggest areas are just east of Jerseyville and southwest of Gillespie, near Bunker Hill. Bunker Hill is currently reporting, 19,000. Brighton is reporting 2,000. So, all these this storm right here, going through Litchfield, that is what they're talking about. Tornado warning near northeast of Springfield, Illinois, so that's nice. Looks like we have another drop right near Evansville. It's going to go again. Going, gone. Going, gone near Evansville. Ellis Grove looks like you're going to be okay. So not much talk about there. We're just going to let it get on the other side of Route 3 here, and then we're going to head off. I think we're pretty good. I think we did a very good amount of coverage today. All the warnings were posted. And also, if you're still watching, you can see my setup. My setup is also on there. But just like what I was telling you guys yesterday, when I said treat every warning today, treat a severe thunderstorm warning like a tornado warning. That's what we meant, because we were having potential tornadoes and no warning. So, tornado warning, Caseyville, Illinois. And St. Clair County. If it's Caseyville, Illinois, I'm not seeing a tornado warning. If it's right here on the other side of the river, not seeing anything. But your places, Tasha, it's all good now. So your cleaning service, you'll be okay for the evening. It'll just be raining. So if you're okay with that, you'll be just fine. Redbud, east of Redbud, looks like we have some spin beater, Kaskaskia River State Fish and Wildlife Area near Old Marissa. Other than that, that's look like where it is. Lynchburg and Old Marissa, you have 2 places of rotation coming towards you. This top one, near the mosquito one, will probably be good to expire. Thank you, I'm about to head out. Alright, have a good night. Have a good night, be safe, and make sure you wear a jacket. It's cold outside now. Today's high temperature was 70 degrees at Lambert Airport. Wood River reported quarter-size hail. That is exactly what Tasha said. So, quarter-size hail at around 5:12. That's approximately when she told us. So, they're going to continue the tornado warning for Monroe and St. Clair County. So, they're going to continue this, which I agree. So, if you're near St. Lebroy, Burke Ghetto's Garage, GMC Buick at Burke Ghetto's Garage, you need to take shelter. Alright, I think the storms have gotten far east out of our area, so I think we're going to wrap up the live stream for now. And the snow is going to be on the backside. You can see we already have snow out here. So snow is going to be on the backside, or maybe an inch possible, but there's really not much, much to talk about that. Temperatures are going to decline throughout the whole night. Going to be in mid-20s start on Monday. We'll talk more about that in our video. So, but thank you so much, everybody, for the huge amount of support on this live stream. I think it said, let's see, not sure. Yeah, we had probably about like 17, 18, 19, about 20 followers we added to the Facebook page. So, appreciate you guys so much for tuning in. Thanks for letting me be inside your phone screen and on your TV, taking care of you through the storm. And it looks like the storms are going to continue out to the east, out of our area, and we will be good for the night. So thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Have a great night.